All right, so welcome to Shadow of the Broker 9, Cold Comfort. So before we get started with the adventure itself, I would like everyone to introduce their characters, and we will start off with, actually, we'll let the newish guy go first, Jeffrey.
All right, I'm playing Jorel Tai. He's a Togruta warrior, starfighter ace, and he was briefly being trained by his master, non-Jedi, of course, in the ways of the Force, but then started using Booster Blue, and so his master dismissed him, and so basically he started at rock bottom as a pretty mediocre Force user um, and but in the past he took on some jobs running illicit product as either a gunner or sometimes the pilot, and that's basically his story.
All right, cool. You know, he will need to speak with Jasper at some point because Jasper also has an addiction, and so I could see Jasper, especially as a medical professional, trying to help you out with that. One of the things with Jasper, though, is that he is still uncomfortable with Force users, even though he's one himself. And he's got a whole story about that, but you can read about that later. And
Awesome.
let's see. Next up is Torty.
Okay, my character is Torty. He is a Duros from a rich family that disowned him because of his trouble, his legal trouble. But he wasn't used to his own bank account and spent way too much money. He has a very large debt, around 500,000 credits. And since joining up with the broker, he's also gotten into more criminal trouble and also owes Borga a favor.
Oh, Torty. Oh, and also, too, Torty has terrible luck with friendly fire and has been shot multiple times by other agents of the broker.
Yes, this is also true.
All right, next up is Jack with Balkan.
Uh, the mighty intellect of Balkan Oppen didn't find content on the Droll homeworld, and so he went to the Outer Rim and ended up working for a hut. But, underworld wheels went a-turning, and the hut ended up dead, and Balkan ended up on the run because everyone wanted his brain, but no one was willing to treat him well for it. And so he actually ended up with the rebellion in exchange for lending. He would give them his expertise, and they would help him hide from the bounty hunters that were after him for all the underworld elements. And then he also started working with the broker because the rebellion was boring, but he still helps them out when he can.
Awesome. Jeff.
All right. I'm playing Rocky. He is an LEV police droid. Um, he was scheduled for a memory wipe some time ago, but during a freak electrical storm, what didn't receive his memory wipe, and so wanting to sort of hold on to those precious memories in his personality, he fled. He fled the planet and found his way into the service of the broker, who promised that in exchange for my services, would allow me to keep my memories and allow me to keep my personality. He also has a penchant for disliking organics.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't know that. All right, next up is Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Chim Chim is an Ewok. Uh, you might think that's kind of weird for an Ewok to be off of Endor. Well, Chim Chim left Endor many years ago when he felt his life was missing something. There was a hole there, and he just didn't know what the problem was. He didn't know what was missing, so he left in search. Um, because of this empty feeling, he's become a bit of an alcoholic. But he doesn't drink when he's on a mission. And after leaving Endor, he discovered he was pretty good with a rifle, and he didn't really have any problems with killing, so he became an assassin for hire to the highest bidder. So now, even to this day, he continues searching and drinking for that thing that'll make his life feel complete.
He also has a toy that not a lot of
Oh,
people see.
yes. He has the coolest toy ever, and it's going to be seen in every mission he plays in. He has a hoverboard. Very rare, and he loves it. manufactured by Mattel. He got it from Borg of the Hun or the Hut, and he owes him some debt for that.
Yep. All right, and now we've got Takeda.
Yep, so I'm playing R4A27, who's a droid. He was originally supposed to be traded with another company, because that's basically what his role was maintaining ships and doing astrogation. Unfortunately, the person who last traded him was not diligent with transferring over the codes, because they may or may not be bitter about their company going bankrupt and having to sell all of his droid force. R4 needs that opportunity to escape. And ever since then, he's been wandering around the galaxy.
All right, so I believe that is all of the team, and I need everyone to roll your force points for the Destiny pool, and just go ahead and add it yourself.
Sweet.
Oh, Balkan and Rock take it down a bit. But the light is with us.
Yeah, not a bad pool. All right, I think that's everybody. If you didn't add it now. And now we will roll for our various resources. So first up is obligation. Oh, and Taylor, if you haven't already, make sure to take off 2 for your strain already, because everyone's over 100 right now.
I believe yep, I did.
All right, and for viewers out there, this is just a homebrew rule for going over 100, because with this campaign, the team changes from mission to mission with the pickup games, and so the standard penalty doesn't work for being over 100, so instead we've added extra strain to it. All right, so here goes. All right, 61. And who is that?
Yeah, Chim strong.
Yep, he's wasted.
Okay, so Chim Chim is wasted. Now we're going to go to, and Chim Chim, so make sure to also add an extra strain, or remove an additional strain threshold. Now we're going to do duty. And it trips. Awesome.
Yay.
So everyone gets an extra wound threshold except for Balkan, who gets 2.
This is Balkan with Rebellion Tech Support. How may we direct your call?
I just want to thank you for everything you do for us.
So yes, Balkan, with this, you've got tech procurement, right?
Yep.
So just remember that's going to be up to you to fulfill in the course of the mission, but you'll have opportunities to do so. So just remember that. And then we've got morality. And here goes. All right, that does not trigger. Well, wait. The last I saw your morality was 35, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it does not trigger Jaral's morality. All right, so now we're going to go into. Oh, so before the actual session begins, we're going to watch a little YouTube video. So. Everyone, if you can get your YouTube app going. And I'll get that into the playlist.
Who put One Direction in here?
Oh, you know what? Oh, geez. Before I do that, because I just realized that I need to change something with the video. Give me 1 moment. I'm going to pause the broadcast, and then I will be right back.
Broadcast, yeah.
All right, so we've got the broadcast back up, and actually, so the little break was totally unnecessary because I already made the change that I was worried about, so here goes. And no one press play. And is everybody ready for it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ready, Freddy.
All right, so here goes.
Hey, they're not that bad.
All right, so I had to keep that a secret from you guys. Not everyone is familiar with Captain Compnor, so let me give you a quick link. He is a character from Reddit that has been borrowed for this campaign with permission from his creator. So, moment. And actually, I should have had this link already ready to go, but yes, I forgot. You know what? I can't find the link, but basically, Captain Compnor is a Holovid action star that, well, he is actually a secret agent, a very elite agent for the Empire that they send in for some pretty, top-notch, dangerous jobs. And the team has already butted heads with him, but technically they don't officially know that, but the players actually do. But and yeah, Chim Chim wants a Star Destroyer. All right, so now we will get to the mission proper. And one
Try
moment.
that link, guys.
Oh, sorry, what was that, Eric?
I put up a link to something about Captain Compnor from
Oh,
Reddit.
okay, great. All right. So N1M3, the broker's astromech droid, rolls into view, displaying a hologram of a planet. The astromech whistles and chirps before the broker's voice chimes in. Hello agents! As promised, here are complimentary tickets for your vacation on Corfai, with all expenses paid, including travel. It's an open-jaw itinerary with arrival in Farandal, a stay at Blue Spring Lodge in Salvarn Nature Reserve, then 4 days in the capital, Winterdome, before departure. Thanks again for your hard work, and I hope you enjoy your 2 weeks off. Oh, and make sure to pack for the weather. So, any questions from you guys before you get started on your vacation? And you're on Coronet, by the way. No questions? Questions? None?
Thanks, broker.
Oh, maybe some of you guys might not have known this, but he had promised this vacation back in Quarantine Quandary.
Okay.
But yeah, I know everyone's probably like traumatized with like the whole battle with Killjoy, so that might have got, I don't blame it for being forgotten.
R4 is always relaxed, and he doesn't mind.
Right. Okay, well, without any questions, you guys will make your way to a luxury civilian freighter that hails from Corfai. And after an uneventful hyperspace journey, the cold world comes into view in the starship's viewports. Dominated by snow, there's still plenty of blue from the oceans and green from the forests, showing that while cold, Corfai isn't one endless tundra, like other places that you've heard of, like Hoth. As you begin your descent, you push play on the informational holovid that N1M3 included with your tickets. And one moment. And hopefully that isn't too loud. All right, so Corfai, a core world populated by hardy people with a tradition of rugged survivalism. It has one of the oldest human civilizations in the core. We, the people of Corfai, maintain a great respect for our environment. Our cities are built in harmony with our surroundings, and the architecture and design maintain a rustic, natural sensibility that blends buildings with mountains, rivers, and trees wherever possible. The more mountainous regions, especially those far away from the planet's equator, are liberally dotted with grand resorts dedicated to snow sports and related activities year-round. Your destination is Blue Spring Lodge, a small, exclusive resort located within the Salvarn Nature Reserve. One of the largest natural reservations in the core, Salvarn is dedicated to ensuring the continued healthy survival of a vast majority of Corfai's native species of flora and fauna. Blue Spring Lodge runs the only licensed ecotourism operation allowed in the reserve and provides one of the only cold climate safaris in the galaxy. Welcome to Corfai, where the air is cold, The hospitality is warm. The video ends just as you arrive in Farandal. It's snowing lightly, blanketing the entire city in white. According to your itinerary, you'll need to catch the next airspeeder shuttle to Blue Spring Lodge, so there won't be much time to shop until after your stay at the resort and you arrive in Winterdome. So just as you make your way to the airspeeder shuttle port, you notice an Imperial Lambda-class shuttle taking off from what appears to be a small private starport about a mile from the larger one you just exited. You're unable to see much else, though, as the doors close behind you as you enter into the shuttle port and get ready to take off for Salvarn Nature Reserve.
I'm sure that's nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
It is a
Tall male...
Corellian.
A tall male flight attendant motions you to your seats, and before long, you guys are off into the snowy sky. Alright, and... Did the map change for you guys?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so as you're flying above, the scenery starts to change, and in less than an hour, a wide expanse of snow-capped evergreen trees comes into view. Stretching as far as the eye can see, it's clear that you're gazing upon the Salvarn Nature Reserve. Before long, the shuttle lands gently on one of only 2 landing pads below a large sign that reads, Ranger Station Alpha. The other pad is occupied by a sleek airspeeder that looks to be about half the size of the one you're in. As you exit your shuttle, the wind kicks up and the snow gets thicker. And actually, while that happens, Alright. With the snowflakes getting in your eyes, you don't even notice the party of Imperial snowtroopers waiting in line ahead of you until the snowfall is blocked by the roof that extends from the ticket counter. Dressed in their winter gear, 6 of them flank 2 Imperial agents with similar clothing, but with an open parka rather than hood. One of the agents, a rail-thin woman with sharp green eyes and auburn hair, is in the midst of a heated discussion with a taller blonde woman behind the counter. This is simply outrageous! These men are security guards! How are they supposed to guard my client without weapons? Harsh language? I'm very sorry, madam, but all weapons capable of lethal damage are prohibited due to our strict anti-poaching protocol. Your client's bodyguards will have to leave their weapons here at this station before entering Salvarn Nature Reserve. That is unacceptable! Do you know who this is? The smaller Imperial official barks in frustration while pointing to her taller male companion with brown hair. He turns and he notices your party, revealing hazel eyes that almost seem to flicker in recognition. That's Barrett Travick, the actor who plays Captain Copnor! Jasper's voice rings out loud and clear from behind you. Jasper's blushing, but he has a defiant look on his face as he glares at the ticket attendant. The clerk rolls her eyes at Jasper before turning back to the irritated Imperial standing before her. If I recall correctly, Captain Compnor, her eyes flick over to the man in question before looking back to the female Imperial, is renowned for upholding the law. Corfai is a proud member of the Empire, and we take security seriously. The only danger you'll face in the reserve is wild animals, and you are certainly welcome to the stun blasters we have available at Depot C, she remarks while gesturing to a nearby building. As Barrett Travick's agent, Elspeth, really, it's fine. Barrett tries to cut in, but his agent continues her tirade. I simply cannot accept this flagrant disregard for the safety of my client, who is, without hyperbole, an Imperial treasure. So, at this point, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to help with this argument?
If he's treasure, why don't we bury him?
I think the
for
snowtroopers
that.
might have a disagreement about that, and they're still armed.
So basically, you're waiting at a customs line, and you've got Imperials who would like to get their weapons in. You guys have weapons as well. Probably want to get them in too. So...
I presume we're standing in a line freezing at the moment, are we? Is this
yes,
inside or
yes,
outside?
exactly.
So our
So
motivation is to get
it's
moving before
cold,
our
but
butts
it's
decide to drop off.
yeah, it's cold, but it's not like super crazy uncomfortable just yet.
Well,
But
just in the meantime, right, to keep everyone warm, I'm going to pop out my fusion lantern that R4 has built inside him to keep everyone in the immediate area warm.
okay, cool.
Do I see any other possible entrance, or is this the only way through?
It's the only way through.
Okay.
Is there any terminals nearby or anything along those lines? Anything that, for instance, could be used to give orders to the people that are at the checkpoint?
You know, unfortunately here, it's pretty rustic. Actually, unlike most places that you've been, almost everything's wood. And the officials are actually using clipboards with paper instead of computer equipment. And you probably think this is partially because of the cold and just the remoteness of the location. So electricity isn't as reliable. So yeah.
And the checkpoint, does the checkpoint have heat or anything at it? Or are they like in full like weather gear?
They're in full weather gear. Yeah.
If we were to go and talk to them, could my fusion lantern, if I kept them warm, give them or give anyone a boost die for like negotiation checks?
You know, actually, no, but only because instead it would just remove a setback from the cold.
Okay.
So do you guys just want the Imperials to take care of their own business?
At this point, there's no reason to sort of get involved because we don't want to start off our nice little vacation on the wrong foot with the Imperials on a core world.
Oh no, what I'm saying is that did you want to actually help them so that they might get their weapons in, but then you might as well? So that's all I'm going to say.
Then yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't have to, because, I mean, remember, this also means that Imperials will have weapons inside as well, so it's up to you guys.
I don't fear meatbags.
All right, team?
I let them just get...
Sorry,
let them
Balkan,
lose
what was
their
that?
weapons.
Sorry, I missed what you said.
Let them lose their weapons.
Okay. All right, well, if no one else is going to say anything, we'll just do that. So, the attendant pretty much just looks down at the Imperial and says, "You are free to lodge a complaint directly to the leadership of Corfai, a representative of whom is currently riding, or a representative of which is currently residing at Blue Spring Lodge as we speak. Senator Edric Norrs." "Well then, I certainly will," Elspeth snarls before ordering the snow troopers to follow her to Depot C. None of them move at first. Barrett looks over at Jasper and gives him a friendly wink before heading toward the depot, at which point the 6 snow troopers quickly fall into step behind him. Alright, you guys are now up to the line, so the attendant takes your tickets, everything looks to be completely in order, but then she says, "You will have to leave your weapons," and she goes through the whole spiel that she just went through with the Imperials, with you guys. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, it's a good thing they can't determine if I have weapons, because it looks to be a part of my chassis, and the blades are actually hidden.
Okay.
So I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Well, I mean, you probably will be inspected, so you'll need to do a stealth roll to hide your weapon. Oh, but they're actually like part of your...
Yep.
All right, I'll have to think about
I think
that.
anything outside of like a weapons scanner, I don't think would pick them up, or like a very, very intricate or detailed search, which I'm certain they probably don't have the time to do.
Our floor just bleeps away saying that he's not armed, he's an astromech droid mechanics, he's here to accompany the party and help deal with any mechanical problems or breakdown issues, and that it's not his job or nor his responsibility to be carrying weapons, so he shouldn't need to be checked and has no need to be scanned or anything along those lines.
Okay, so, I mean, as she hears that, she just kind of like, okay. Calm down, and just like, you know, tells you to just go to the side. But then she looks at, so she's not really concerned about the droids, but she is looking at the organics and is saying, you know, you need to drop your weapons here. And so what do you guys do?
So, despite mechanically probably being able to conceal this, considering my blaster rifle is this height of me, or the same size as me, I probably wouldn't be able to hide it.
Okay.
So, I guess I have to hand it over.
Unless we want to actually convince her that we can go in armed.
Yeah, anybody have a good negotiation?
I have 2 ranks, but I'm not trying to figure out what to say, I guess.
Yes. So I will tell you right now, she looks pretty. I mean, she's a ranger. She does this all the time, and you guys know that Corfai is very serious about Salvar Nature Reserve. So this law about no lethal weapons inside is a pretty big deal. And you actually see security guards all throughout, other rangers and whatnot. So you probably think negotiation might not work, but there might be
Could I,
charm that might work.
I was gonna say, is there any way to convince them that all of our weapons are stun weapons only? Would that work?
Well, they will test them out themselves. So,
So no.
I mean, in other words, it's like, oh, it's only stun, grab and she shoots you. So,
Does she seem pretty upset about the Imperials being there?
no, not at all. Imperials, this is a core world that does have an Imperial presence. She was irritated with them, but more because they were just not listening to her about the weapons. But no one seems that perturbed that there are Imperials walking around right now. All right, so does anyone want to try a charm check with her? Or do you want to give up your weapons?
Yeah, no ranks in charm.
I'm through already. I don't care. R4 is good.
You know what? I mean, tell you what.
I'm drunk anyway. I'll try it.
I will say, well, actually, before you try though, I do put in specific social roles, but you can always try to convince me that another role might work, but you just have to tell me what you're going to say. So if there's any other type of role you want to make, let me know.
Balkan steps up and says, I am a distinguished researcher who would wish to be properly investigate the types of flora and fauna in the nature reserve. However, I cannot trust stun blasters to effectively protect me during my investigation, and these are my bodyguards here, by the way, because of their short range. So I need lethal weapons are the only way I can properly protect myself during my investigation.
Where is your special lethal weapon permission slip from Winterdome, Salvar Nature Reserve, Protection Association, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, you know, with all the words you just streamed out of your mouth, you know that's pointless bureaucracy. I would have had to wait years in order just to get up to a committee, to get clearance, to see a board, to get proper permission to come here and just talk to the people in charge of the reserve, to get the permission to just carry weapons inside. I would be dead by the time I got the proper permission.
So it'll be a 2 red, 2 purple deception check. And with 1 setback because you don't actually have the documents.
Awesome.
Oh, gonna have to roll a lot of blanks for this. What the hell? Oh, okay.
Wow, it's not that bad.
Not that bad. But, well, you do get a threat, and so describe to me what happens with that threat.
She doesn't mind me so much that she just won't even talk to me anymore. It's like, yeah, you're just full of shit, go away.
Alright, so yes, she does give you that look and just looks at the rest of the group like, you know, she's really not in the mood and she wants to get back to her hot cocoa and book, so, you know, weapons please.
She's got a fusion lantern to keep her warm outside here, you know.
Jarrell approaches her and gives her a look like, can you believe these jokers? And then very casually flexes his arms, and I'd like to use an athletics check, and hopefully totally impresses her with his dear brawn.
Okay, yeah, so it'll be the same, well, so it's going to be 2 reds, 2 purples against that.
I can imagine him standing there going, My name's Johnny Bravo.
Complete wash.
All right. So
Chim has this, guys.
So actually, while you flex your arm, she like rolls up her sleeve and flexes her arm, and she's actually got pretty big guns too. So
nice.
Pitiful organics flexing their muscles.
It's a mating display.
Chim Chim's gonna walk up to her with his heavy blaster rifle kind of disconnected from his body harness. He's like clutching it in both arms and like nuzzling it. It's obviously a very cherished and special thing to him, and he's just gonna give her the saddest little puppy dog eyes as he goes and tries to hand it over to her, not quite being able. I'm gonna try and charm her with my love for this thing.
Okay, I'm gonna make this. This is the final check actually. So I'm going to. Actually, I don't have that many destiny points, so I'm not going to do a destiny point. But because of the 2 failures from previous allies, she's gotten frustrated. So it's 2 setbacks. So 2 red, 2 purple, 2 black.
That's fine. I wasn't going to succeed it anyway.
I do appreciate the RP though.
Chim Chim, pouty face, go!
Who?
Oh wait, there was a destiny one there. There we go.
And dark side on that too.
All right. I'm going to say that for that threat, you do take 2 strain. Your tears are freezing in your eyes.
Okay.
Should they be so full of alcohol that they don't?
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Lowers the freezing point.
Oh, and speaking of which, so that you're drunk, does this mean that you've got a setback die?
Yes, I forgot to add that.
Okay, so do remember that as we move forward.
I will.
All right, so you guys can go to Depot C and pick up some stun blasters, and basically they are the equivalent of standard issue light blaster pistols. So 5 damage for a crit, but they are only stun damage. You can't even switch them to lethal damage. And I assume that you guys do this, yes?
Yes. Are any of them in rifle form?
Unfortunately, no. They're only light blaster pistols.
And there's no way to jury rig them at all, you're saying?
Correct. I mean, they literally, you cannot, they are only capable of stun damage.
Curses. Even if I try to, like, changing the battery pack by using my fusion lantern to boost the power?
They probably have some sort of limiter in them, or they've taken out the part, the piece or the chip or the crystal that allows them to deal lethal damage.
Yeah, exactly. Tell you what, I might let you do this later, but you're gonna have to do it when you don't have rangers looking all over the place at you. So you might be able to try. It's gonna be difficult, but yes, you will be able to try later. Cool. All right, so once you guys get past the checkpoint, you are taken to a small repulsor skiff, and it's actually right behind the one that Barrett Travick and his Imperial entourage are in. So there are 2 skiffs, and they start speeding through the forest towards Blue Spring Lodge. Alright, so you soon arrive at a large wooden palisade about half as tall as the surrounding trees. Only the roofs of most of the buildings inside can be seen, except for a massive wooden lodge to the left that surpasses even the loftiest of the evergreens. Even with the falling snow, steam can be seen wafting up to the far right, a reminder of the famed resort's hot spring. Welcome to Blue Spring Lodge! A friendly female attendant greets you as you enter the lodge itself. You see the Imperial contingent already heading up the right set of curving stairs, and oops, I forgot to change the scene here. So this is the entrance to Blue Spring Lodge. Very fancy.
Ooh. Organics are capable of works of art.
Yes. So you see the Imperial contingent already heading up the right set of curving stairs, and you are blasted by warm air once you step inside, prompting you, hopefully, to begin shedding your cold weather garb in haste. There are 2 fireplaces on opposite sides of the greeting hall, and more attendants appear. They take a look at your tickets, then take your bags and lead you to your rooms via the left set of stairs. Alright, so you are now at Blue Spring Lodge. You have free run of the place. There you have the hot springs, and you've got just, you know, random lookout points. There are some, so you see some security towers, but there are also just some towers that are there just for people to be above the palisade to look out. So you've got a forest, but the forest is also interspersed with a lot of snow-covered plains, so there is quite a view to be seen.
I'm gonna go try and find a nice hot oil bath.
Ditto.
All right, so you are directed towards a hot spring, and there is actually a complimentary oil bath because people do have their droids with them. It's actually covered over, so you won't get snowed on. But this hot spring itself, snow does fall on it, so that people get that wonderful contrast of snow falling on their skin while they are bathing in super hot water.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with them and hit the hot springs.
All right, cool. So you hit the hot springs, and just remember that you hit the hot spring. That's all I'll say.
All right.
What are other people doing?
I'm checking out when the next safari's leaving.
Okay, it will be tomorrow morning.
Hey guys, we should do that if there's nothing else. Be nice to pick up some specimens.
And
If you're
is
planning anything illegal like poaching, please let me know, because that's wrong, and I don't want any new trophies for my wall.
Oh, we're not killing them. We're just, removing some nice examples of the local environment to be studied in a secure location.
Oh, so we will be transporting them alive and not stuffed, if possible.
Yes, and I don't think there'll be much left of them after I'm done to be stuffed anyway.
Well, as long as I help you get them and I get the head afterwards to mount on my wall, I won't care.
You'll probably get one minus the brain.
That's fine.
Okay then.
all right. So while you guys are having that conversation, one thing, Gerald, you notice that. Am I saying your name right, by the way? Jeffrey, is it Gerald? Is that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Raw. Yeah, that works.
So one of the things that you notice is that the vast majority of guests are humans. The few non-humans are all members of staff. So you do see some people give you kind of just, no one says anything, but it's rare for them to see a non-human who is able to afford to be a guest at this very exclusive resort. So as you slip into the hot pool, you see a tall guy who's already there. And so he says, "So, off-worlder, what brings you to Blue Spring?"
Oh, just catching some R&R,
Well, just to let you know, the servants' hot pool is actually within the lodge itself.
Oh. So you're a wise guy. All right. I give him the stink eye and walk to the other end of the pool.
Is anyone else at the hot spring with Gerald?
R4 is in the oil bath, chilling out.
Okay.
He rotates his head to turn his main optics over to the conversation.
Can Chim
I'm
Chim
going to just,
Cannonball?
I'm going to casually activate, well, no, I guess I can't casually activate the comms thing, but I'll try to whisper over the comms to Gerald. You want me to take his head later?
Good
Fine with
grief.
me.
All right, I'm going to take a mental note of the man who, of the guy who insulted Gerald. Just a mental note.
Yeah. Do I have my holdout blaster in my boy shorts or something?
Oh, is that what that was?
I thought you had to see me.
It's kind of waterlogged now.
No, but seriously, if you had tried to sneak something in, did you try to sneak something in?
I mean, so last time I mentioned that I had a holdout blaster, and they said it was taken for that it was assumed that the holdout was going to be would be able to get in.
Oh,
but
okay.
I didn't
Well,
explicitly say it though, so I guess I don't have it. That's cool.
well, no, it's one of these things that even though it's a holdout, it gets a bonus to being hidden, but I still need to know that because that still
Okay.
needs to be rolled.
I don't have it. Nope.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can say now if you want to try to get it in, and we'll just do a retroactive stealth roll for it.
Sure. I can do that
Okay.
real quick. My ability's not very high, so.
I can
So,
hide it for you.
actually, Eric, if you can double check this for me. What are the rules for stealthing weapons in? Is it encumbrance is the difficulty, or?
Yeah, let me take a look here.
I think it was encumbrance is difficulty to hide it, and then if someone searches you, it's opposed by stealth.
I think it's just you get searched and then it's your stealth skill to hide.
Okay, yeah. So we'll do that. So do a oh, so in other words, stealth is their difficulty for perception.
Yes.
The player's stealth. Okay, and then we're gonna have a setback because it is a holdout blaster. So okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I just found it in the book, and that is pretty much what it says. So.
All right, cool. Thank you, guys. I need to actually check this. Her perception. Okay, so she's got 2 yellow, 1 green. And what is your stealth?
It's only 2 green.
All right, so. Two yellow, 1 green versus 2 purples and 1 setback. Here we go. All right, so she does succeed in finding it, and so she kind of gives you this look like, yeah, okay.
Did she have fun finding it at least?
She had a lot of fun finding it, so she actually gives him a pat on his backside and a wink, so.
There you go.
Give me a boost die in my next talk with her, I bet.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
All right, so anyone else in the hot pool? Oh, Chim Chim wanted to cannonball, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so Chim Chim cannonballs, and the guy kind of splutters and says, "Oh, what has come to Corfai?" And he kind of grumbles under his breath. Anyone else at the hot spring?
R4 giggles in his droid binary voice.
Do we have any humans in the party, actually?
I don't believe so.
Not
God.
sure. It doesn't look like it.
Looks like it's probably only Jasper, so... well, you know, Jasper is going to slip into the hot pool, too. And so, seeing a fellow human, the guy turns over and is like, you know, "Well there, good sir. I'm Ulf Goodhearth, fiance of Avadri Nor's eldest daughter of Senator Edric Nor's." I mean, this guy is such a name dropper. So Jasper's kind of like, kind of gives him that, like, smile where it's, you know, it's pretty clear Jasper isn't really that fond of talking to this guy. So the guy's trying to make some small conversation with Jasper, and Jasper's not really listening, but there's also, oh, I forgot to mention, there's also the dining hall as well, if anyone wants to grab a bite to eat.
Do they have alcohol?
They do, actually.
Chim Chim's there. He just books it as soon as he hears the words alcohol.
You know, and actually when Chim Chim starts running, Jasper's like, "Oh, you know, actually I need to get going," and cuts off Ulf and basically gets out of the hot pool and heads for the dining hall. So as Chim Chim enters the dining hall, you bump into the knee of a very, very tall Corfinian. Well, hello there, little man. My name is Senator Edric Nor's," and he shakes Chim Chim's hand. It's like, "I don't think that I've ever met anyone of your species before. What are you?"
They call us Ewoks.
Ewoks? Huh, very interesting. Well, welcome to Corfai and Blue Spring Lodge. This is my daughter, Avadri. Come here, look at this cute little thing. And so a very tall woman, nearly as tall as her father, comes over, and she stoops down and is just like, "Oh my gosh, you're so adorable." And so she's kind of like, you know, brushing snow off of Chim Chim, and she totally thinks that you're just the cutest thing ever. And she's like, "So, what is your name?"
I'm Chim Chim.
"Well, Chim Chim, would you like to come sit with us?"
Yes, please.
All right, so
Get wasted and ruin everything.
I'm gonna do a little Ewok happy dance, the little jumping up and down.
So Avadri starts to clap. She's just totally enchanted by this little display of yours, and leads you over to the largest table at the in the dining hall. And of course, some people are kind of looking askance, like, this is Senator Edric Norrs and his daughter with this, you know, little furred savage. But the Norses, totally, you don't sense any sort of airs on them. They're very real, very warm individuals. And so basically food gets brought out, and Chim Chim is having a grand old time. Meanwhile, though, the wind begins to kick up outside and the snow begins to fall faster. An attendant rushes over to the hot spring and adjacent oil bath and says, there is a storm approaching. We need everyone to get into the lodge proper.
All right.
I'll begrudgingly get out of the bath. I was enjoying it great.
Okay. And actually, so Jasper kind of overhears this, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, what? I mean, there's a blizzard approaching?" And some of the attendants start to laugh, and they're just like, "Ha! Maybe on any other world you call them a blizzard, but here on Corfai, psh, they're hardly any trouble compared to the real thing. We just call them howlers. They sweep in, make a lot of noise, then they're gone in a day or two. Don't worry, you'll still be nice and cozy in the lodge. We have an indoor hot pool and sauna, and if a howler causes you to miss any days of your scheduled snow safari, you'll receive a prorated refund." So the attendants kind of like, you know, usher all of you in, and Chim Chim's dancing on the table, I assume, from being drunk. And you've got a whole contingent of like big, tall Corfinians who are clapping and kind of dancing along with Chim Chim as he's doing that. And I'm going to say for any sort of interactions with the Norse contingent, Chim Chim is going to get 2 blue boost dice for the rest of the session. And
tomfoolery paid off.
So yeah, so all that's going on, and you definitely hear the wind start to howl. You know, windows start to rattle a bit. I mean, it does not sound good, but none of the Corfinians look disturbed in the least. I mean, no one even like pays any attention to it. It is nice and warm. Everything, I mean, it's a great place. And even if people are looking a little bit askance of the non-humans, no one said anything openly. And the Norse contingent are great. The Imperials are having a great time too. Yeah, so everyone's having fun. And so night settles in, and I need everyone to give me a hard with a challenge. So 1 red, 2 purple, cool, discipline, or resilience check.
Ooh, resilience! Something I'm good at.
All right.
And I mean, basically, this howler is so loud at times that it sounds like a wounded animal screeching in the distance. Just, it does not sound very nice at all.
So,
Awesome.
what skills could we use with this check?
It's a cool, discipline, or resilience.
Well, guys, the wind's gonna blow over the lodge.
And apparently I'm not going to be able to power down through it.
And actually, you know what? Oh, you guys already rolled. That's fine.
So much threat.
But we succeeded.
I did not.
I did not either, but I got advantage as well. So it helps cancel that threat out, hopefully.
Okay, so if you've succeeded, but you did roll a threat, take 1 strain. If you failed, you're going to take 2 strain, but an advantage. Let's see here. You failed, but with an advantage. I won't give you strain back, but you can tell me what you want to do with that advantage. And basically, just to give you what's happening here, you're trying to sleep through what you feel is a blizzard. And, you know, the building's kind of creaking. It sounds like animals, you know, are dying in the distance. It sounds terrible and scary and not fun.
Oh wait, since I'm a droid, can't I just power down and shut down my sensory systems? Except
Yes.
for maybe just
Yes,
like a
you may.
general scanner, so it wouldn't do.
Yes.
So I'll use my 2 advantage to do that, where I power down.
Okay.
The only thing I have running is is just a small life form scanner, short range or whatever droids have.
Okay. So Balkan, what I'll say just as a tip is maybe use that advantage and say that the next time you have a check against something like this, of this nature, you'll get a boost die. How's that?
Okay, yeah, I have a good way to play that out. Balkan stays up all night, can't sleep, but in order to calm himself, he does, I don't know what the right word to use would be for it, but he like runs through the schematics on a kind of building that would have to resist this kind of storm, and so
Okay.
has a better mental picture of the place that's protecting him.
Right. Okay. And everybody rolled, right?
Yeah. Oh, R4 is taking the hit, the strain hit. He is going to pop out his general scanner and scan the area.
Okay. So yeah, you do your scanner. Everything looks fine. One thing though, make sure everyone keeps up with your strain in this mission. So, strain and wounds. Definitely make sure you're keeping your medical records up to date. So,
do I take any strain for failing the check or no?
I'm going to say yes. It's really cold, so you're not that used to being in a cold environment. Well, no, it's warm here now. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right, so I need everyone to roll a percentage. Oh my gosh, my cat's driving me nuts. Get out of here, cat.
The only one. Ours is going around 2.
All right, so Balkan rolled the highest, and so Balkan, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to have to change some of the narrative with you. Let's say that you did actually fall asleep for just a short period of time. Does that work?
Yeah, you could say calmed himself a bit.
Okay, so he's calmed himself a bit, and he's fallen asleep. While he falls asleep, the draw immediately goes into some deep REM sleep. You have a nightmare of a wampa rampaging through a farm, then catching fire. And you suffer 4 strain upon waking from this terrible nightmare.
Goddamn, I wanted to dissect it!
All right, and just to guys let you know, when you wake up, this strain will not be able to be reduced until you're actually able to get a long nap or a full night's rest without a howler blowing through things.
Passing out drunk doesn't count.
No, it does not. So, as you guys wake up, a scream splits the air.
I rush to the screen.
All right, so
car's on fire.
doors fly open. As you guys rush out into the hallway, you happen to see Jasper coming out of Barrett Travick's room at the opposite end of the hall, where the Imperial group is staying. Barrett exits the room right behind him, and Jasper pauses when he sees you guys at the other end of the hall, and he starts to blush. Before anyone can say anything, another ear-splitting scream draws attention upward. You can tell it's on the floor above, and both groups rush up the separate stairs at each end of the hall. So once you... Oh, what's up?
R4 wants to scan, a detailed scan of the upstairs area using his general scanner, determining things like life forms or presence of, or even species if possible.
So tell me what the... Oh, you know, actually, no, save that thought. You can sense that someone's dead above you. But that's all you sense. Like, you sense multiple life forms, like, everywhere, because there's so many guests here. But you sense that there is someone's dead above you. So as you rush up into the next floor, you find a distraught Avadri who is being comforted by her fiance, Ulf Goodhearth. She is screaming and crying, and the door to her father's room is open. You can see snow actually flying into the hallway. His window must be open, and you can hear the howler just going nuts with all the wind. So I assume that you guys go up to the room, right? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so though there's snow all over the room, it's outdone. The white is outdone by crimson swaths of blood everywhere. Her father looks like he's been mauled by a wild animal with vicious claw marks and bite marks on his corpse. Several guards push into the room along with the head attendant. When questioned, 2 of the guards on duty actually admit that they fell asleep. One of the guards looks at the other with wide, frightened eyes. It was a ghost wampa! Just look! The man's voice is cut off by a resounding slap that is clearly heard over the wail of the howler outside. The head attendant barks angrily. 1. We are on Corfai, not Hoth. We do not have wampas. 2. There are no such things as ghosts. Do not frighten our guests more than they already are. This was a freak animal attack and nothing more. Sorry, Ms. Aurora, sorry. And so, what do you guys do?
As Jarrell,
The body must be inspected.
when Jarrell enters the room, he immediately rushes to the window and sees if he can see anything outside.
So when you rush to the window, you notice claw marks on the windowsill, very, very visibly. So you see claw marks, but when you look down, the snowfall is so heavy that you cannot see any tracks.
All right. Guys, there's claw marks.
Is there any thermal imprint or anything that R4 could read or see?
So you start doing a thermal, so you're basically scanning infrared, right?
Yeah.
All right, so as you scan infrared, unfortunately you don't notice anything.
Curses. What is this general scanner good for? Why did I buy it?
So Ms. Aurora says everyone needs to clear out. We need to take care of this body. Everyone out right now. What do you guys do?
This body must be properly inspected, and only I know how to properly inspect corpses.
Absolutely not! And so she kind of draws up, and she's an elderly Corfinian woman who just looks very just imperious. But you will need to do well, you tell me, what kind of a check are you doing against her?
I'm probably trying to profess that I'm better than anything that she could get regarding how to analyze what happened to this man. Well, it's obvious what happened to him, but I wanted to get a finer detail on that.
So we'll say this is more like a coercion check then, right?
Guess so.
All right. So coercion will be against her. Well, actually, so all these skills are identical for her. It's 2 reds and 1 purple.
Nasty.
Well, fuck it. Might as well spend a destiny point, see what happens.
So she stares down at you with, very irritated eyes and says, "This is Senator Edric Norris. We need to respect his body. We need to clear this room out right now." So you guys can also, I'll just let you guys, no, I'm too much of a Care Bear GM, so I'm going to shut up. What are you guys going to do?
Is it possible for, before we get cleared out, for R4 to take a detailed scan of the body and then, in the privacy of Balkan's room, give him a holographic image of the body?
Yeah, you can try. Let's say that that's going to be it's going to be a medicine check, but you're going to have 2 setback dice because you need to do the scan really fast while Balkan has her attention.
And setback dice and difficulty?
So the difficulty is going to be hard difficulty and 2 setback dice.
Wait, I'll give him a distraction. I had something I was planning on doing that might kind of draw their attention away from him and give him a little time.
What are you going to do?
I was going to just walk up to the senator's body and kind of stroke his hair a bit, kind of touch his forehead, kind of make it look like that's an Ewokian tradition when a friend has fallen, like a caring way.
Okay.
And then you said the daughter was in the room too, right?
Well, she's right outside, but she's a mess. I mean, she's just like crying into her fiance's shoulder.
Okay, then after I do that, I want to walk up to his wife and kind of like kneel in front of her and like give a little bow, like a respect thing.
All right, his daughter, basically.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay, so we'll give, we'll remove one setback die from the quick medicine check.
I'm going to flip a destiny as well to upgrade my medicine check because it's very bad. Oh.
Okay, so there are guards here that, you know, are trying to usher you guys out.
Okay. Where are the two guards that freaked out, that fell asleep at the watch? Are they still there?
Yeah. I mean, they actually have tears in their eyes. I mean, they are really distraught. They can't believe that they fell asleep.
I'm going to walk up to the one who said it must be the Ghost Wampa and ask him what does he mean by Ghost Wampa? What is the tale or the legend of it?
All right, so the rest of you get like, you know, I mean, Ms. Auroras has had it. She's like, out, out, out. So she forces everyone to get out except for the guards who stay behind to basically take care of the body and to start cleaning the room. They slam the window shut. They close the door so that no one else can see the grim scene. And so meanwhile, that was Rock, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Rock goes up to one of the guards. Ms. Auroras marches away with most of the guards and says, I need a full report from you two in 10 minutes. And so they are just like, oh my God, oh my gosh. So as she walks away, one of the guys says, I don't care what Ms. Auroras says. It was the Ghost Wampa. I mean, you've heard the story, right?
Actually, no. I'm fairly new to this area. I've never heard of any Ghost Wampa.
So, legend has it that when Brigantis Norse, the famed Corfinian bounty hunter, retired, she settled on a farm outside of Farandal. During her final mission to capture a rogue Jedi on Hoth, she came into the possession of a sickly Wampa cub. She brought the cub to Corfai and raised it with the help of a local farmhand. The two fell in love and had two children, and the Wampa named Fjorn. Well, he was a runt Wampa, and he was practically their third child. When a friend from her old days as a bounty hunter visited, tragedy struck. Fjorn seriously injured Brigantis' friend and killed her husband. Struck with grief and rage, she took hold of her old flamethrower and burned her Wampa to death. She didn't actually witness the attack and only took the word of her friend. An investigation into her husband's death revealed the slash marks on his body were made by steel implements, not claws. Law enforcement officials soon pieced together that Brigantis' old friend was a jealous would-be lover. The man had killed her husband and tried to make it look like a Wampa attack, but Fjorn had actually tried to defend her husband and was burned for his trouble. It's said that one day Fjorn's ghost would strike back at a descendant of Brigantis Norse, but only one who was truly innocent like he was. The Norse family, not to speak ill of the dead, but to put it mildly, has been full of bounty hunters, assassins, and other ne'er-do-wells. Senator Edric Norse, he was pretty much the first of his line to go into honest work. Well, as honest as any politician can be. If there was an innocent descendant of the Norse family, Edric was it. It's the Ghost Wampa come for his revenge, I tell you. And if it killed Edric, it's coming for his daughter Avadri.
But wouldn't the legend have already been fulfilled then? With Edric's death, if he truly was innocent, then it should only kill the one innocent person. Would it really seek to wipe out the entire family?
You can't reason with ghosts.
I don't know. And the guy just starts crying. He's like, I can't believe I fell asleep.
I'm going to attempt to comfort him and go, it's all right. Organics need sleep, or meat bags need sleep, and you can't be faulted for needing sleep.
Gosh, and his cries just get even worse. The horrible hiccuping, coughing, crying.
Boogers?
So, go ahead.
Does he have the snot bubbles and just screaming?
Snot bubbles and everything. I mean, he's a mess. You hear someone else yell for him. It's like, Ms. Auroras wants to see you now. And so he kind of gets up, and his other friend who was there, who's also crying next to him, basically, it's like they're marching to their deaths. So the lodge is in an uproar as the news of the senator's death spreads. Guests are freaking out. There's never been this kind of attack. I mean, people are talking about the ghost wampa. Other people are talking about snow cats. People are talking about, you know, animals that don't even exist on Corfai coming to attack. Meanwhile, you hear someone down in the main hall. Ranger Station Alpha, come in. Ranger Station Alpha, we have an emergency at Blue Spring Lodge. And damn it, the Howler must have damaged their comm tower. And so more people are like, you know, having all kinds of...
There's no communication with the outside world.
Correct.
Okay.
And the Howler has kicked up even more. So, what do you guys do?
All right. I'm going to relay the legend of the Ghost Wampa to the rest of the party.
Oh, I'll say that they were all there listening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's a fireside tale.
When it's just the party, I'm going to tell them there's no such thing as ghosts. This had to have been done by something here in the... Most likely, the killer is still within the lodge, simply because the Howler sounds way too dramatic or way too dangerous for anything to sort of be living outside of it.
Okay.
Probably something taking advantage of the legend.
Oh, definitely. So it's most likely intelligent. I wouldn't put it past any of the Imperial presence. I can't imagine a straight-laced senator from a core world really doing or being well liked in the within the Empire's.
Actually, what you guys know is that this is just known. Senator Norrs is an ardent supporter of the Empire, and he is actually very well liked by the Empire.
Oh, okay, never mind that.
I'm shutting up.
Well, then he obviously becomes a target for anyone else then, if the Empire likes him.
That is true.
So are there some checks that you guys want to do, maybe? Or, you know, I mean, so are you guys investigating? Are you guys...
I'm trying to think.
I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't find a way to find out if this senator had any direct enemies.
Well, yeah,
okay,
that's what I was thinking.
Good. Yes. So, well, I'm saying yes to the check, not yes to the answer. But you may do a daunting underworld or warfare check to learn some more information, or to see if you can recall some information about Senator Norrs. And so that's going to be 5 purples, and I'm going to upgrade it once.
That's formidable, not daunting.
And, oh, you know what? You're right. So we're going to make it, crap. I wrote down daunting, but I actually put 5, and I'm trying to remember which one I wanted for this. You know, actually, yeah, it's going to have to be formidable, but 25 plus duty gives a bonus to it. So it's knowledge underworld or knowledge warfare.
Maybe it's a destiny point.
But you know what, Torty, you've got underworld, right?
I have 1 rank in underworld.
That's no better than Balkan.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to say that, or no. For this case, I'm going to say you guys can kind of combine your knowledge. It's not going to be a skilled assistance check, but I'm going to say that Torty's underworld knowledge, like actual street kind of knowledge, will help you. So I'll give you 2 boost dice from him. So you've got 3 boost dice to this check.
Oh, and the first one is because of my duty?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. All right, and I'm going to flip a destiny point, and so it's going to be 4 purple, 1 red?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Holy crap! Really?
Super success.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, you know that actually, you've heard while working through the rebellion that Senator Norrs was actually secretly funneling money to the Rebel Alliance, despite supporting the Empire publicly.
Oh, well then this just bounces right back onto the Empire then. 'Cause
So-
I bet you money that fucking agent was here to kill him.
So, I mean, no one knows this though, except for you and the team, that he was funneling money. Like, so secret that you don't even think, and I'll say with this advantage, you don't even think his daughter knows.
Very interesting.
So while this is happening, you see Barrett Travick, and he's consoling Avadri, and you can overhear him tell her, "Your father's service to the Empire was truly appreciated, and I will make sure that my guards provide extra security for you and your fiancé."
Dun dun dun.
All right. So while this is happening, the power goes out.
Of course.
The
it does.
howler has completely blotted out the sun, leaving the lodge in darkness. There are several crashes as one window after another is shattered, letting cold air rush in. I need everyone to do a hard fear check.
Oh,
What is fear?
it's
What is the
discipline,
for the
isn't it?
roll?
discipline.
Discipline and cool.
Okay, which of those is better for me?
Man,
I don't succeed. What?
And if you have failed, you will take one setback die until the lights are restored. Any strain any threat is turned into strain.
oh, jeez.
What about
And be careful. Let me know if your strain is getting close, because that's going to matter. Okay.
What about advantage on that roll?
Advantage on that roll, we will say that your next fear check has a boost die.
Okay, and then also when I was in that room, so Ewoks have heightened smell, which doesn't affect in this case because it's for trying to detect people. But if I have a heightened sense of smell, when I was in there, did I smell anything other than the people who were in that room?
Let's say if you flip a destiny point, I'll let you know. Yes, you smelled something that you've never smelled before.
Okay. And I'm gonna remember that smell so that if I smell it again later,
Yes.
I want to know.
Yes. Okay.
R4 wants to figure out where the power is maintained in this building. Like, is there a substation or
Good thing you
like a
mentioned
main
that.
switchboard?
So, as you we'll say that you bump into one of the attendants and start speaking. Do you only speak in binary? But you can show a hologram screen of some sort, right?
I can go
yeah,
with
so
them. I was going to
I'll
go with
show-
them. I can translate.
There we go.
Okay. So yes, we have a power station. Because of the hot spring, we run on geothermal power. So we do have a small power station that's close to the hot spring.
Well, let me go put some extra clothes on, and we'll go to the hot spring and try and put the power back on.
right,
Also, I should
so-
note at this point that R4 has both his torch and fusion lantern out. So
Okay.
I'm going to head with.
Oh, wait. Before you guys do this, so you hear one of the attendants yell, "It's Fjorn's revenge! I tell you, it's Fjorn's revenge!" And they're all trying to hammer wooden panels onto the broken windows. But before the third window is blocked, there's a shout and the smell of smoke. "Fire the banquet hall! Fire the banquet hall!" Someone shouts as the fire alarms kick in. Suddenly, everyone is drenched as the sprinkler system kicks in across the entire lodge. So there is water just falling everywhere. Because this place is wooden, they take fire safety very seriously. So I need a hard resilience check from everybody. But you do get a boost die from the fusion lantern
yay!
if you're close by.
And I'm sorry, that setback from the fear check, would that come into effect now?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
And actually for you, Rock, you're like, water, no, rust, no.
So
Oh my gosh.
what am I setback? All right, yeah. So
You
my
can,
setback affect my success.
I presume the threat is more strain.
Yeah. If you're
So,
getting really close to your strain threshold, you can argue for it to be something else.
Oh
The
boy.
party can hear R4 worrying and whining as he's trying to move around.
All right.
It's quite clear his motivators are starting to give up.
So the sprinklers are still just like pumping out lots and lots of cold water. Everything is getting drenched, including spare logs next to the fireplaces. So I need everyone to roll a force die.
Oh, balls, it is Zoom roll.
The light is
Force
with
there.
me. The
Oh.
light of the non-existent force.
Okay, so everyone
Oh, jeez.
remember your results on your force die. That's not going to come into play just yet. But does anyone have force sense?
Jasper.
Well, other than Jasper.
I don't think any of us are even force sensitive. Oh wait.
I'm a droid, so I have no idea what the force is.
Okay, all right, that's fine. So Jasper is talking to Barrett Travick at the moment, and then suddenly he stops, and he gets this like really like nervous look on his face, and he turns and points to the stairs. There's something! There's something right there on the stairs! And I need all of you to roll a daunting check, but it's actually going to be daunting with 3 challenges. So I need 3 red, 1 purple, 2 setback dice on this perception check.
3 red, 2 purple.
No, 3 red, 1 purple. So 3 red, 1 purple, 2 black.
Against. Sorry.
This is your perception.
Perception.
But you also need to include any setback dice that you have incurred.
What
If I
What-
put on my scanner goggles, can I take off the darkness setback?
Yeah, sure.
is that what the setback are for? Is the darkness?
That's 1 setback. It's low light because it's still not nighttime yet, but the blizzard has blacked out a lot of the sun.
Okay, and the other one?
Oh, wait, sorry, no. You've got 2 setback dice that are just native,
Okay.
and I can't say why that is, but
Okay.
you've got 3 reds, 1 purple, 2 black.
Okay, but no setback for the cold or anything like that?
Yes, you do actually have a setback from the cold.
Okay, because I have my cold gear that removes setback from weather conditions.
Okay, so this is one thing. If you rolled a black on your force die, your cold weather gear has gotten drenched and is not working properly because of
Okay.
being completely soaked.
Ha
Oh, the force die again. Whoops.
So the worst roll on the planet.
All right, did anyone actually make that perception check?
Yes,
I actually-
Jeff made it and I rolled a triumph, but I didn't make the actual check.
Oh, so Jeff, you made it then, huh?
Jeffrey did. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Jeffrey.
Man.
All right, so you see the faint outline of something that is blurring the edge of the stairs. And then all of a sudden you hear like pounding footsteps as something, obviously everyone can hear this, is running up the stairs.
Oh.
He's going for the senator's daughter.
No, she's down with you guys, but something is running up the stairs. So
He's going for my stuff. Quick, open fire.
Does he point out that something is running up the stairs?
well, you guys can hear it,
Yeah.
and yeah, I'll let Jeff describe. Well, let's just assume that Jeff has described what he just saw, but something is there and is running
I
up the
guess
stairs.
I'll give chase.
Okay.
Corral's chasing after him as
Do I
well.
recognize the smell?
You're not close enough just yet, but
Alright,
once
I'll
you get
give
to the
it-
stairs, yes. Yes, we'll
Arthur
say that
wants
you
to
smell
get
the same thing you
lights.
smelled in the senator's room. It's the senator's killer.
Okay.
Stinky guy.
Okay, so everyone roll for initiative.
Wait, Balkan and R4 are trying to get the lights back on, so we might not begin this.
Oh, okay. So if you guys try to get to the power station, it's going to be outside into the howler. So we'll need to do that separately. So you guys
Okay.
want to wait while the other guys chase, right?
That's fine. I'll
Sure.
go that.
Okay, so the rest of you guys chase after, and I need everyone who's doing the chase to roll initiative, and then put your initiative results into the initiative tab in the dossier.
And it's vigilance?
Vigilance, yes. Yes, not cool this time.
Oh, nice rolls. Nice rolls.
I will not rapid reaction because I have too much strain.
Oh, the NPCs.
Wait, so is someone going to be sort of reorganizing this?
I will, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so just put in your numbers, and once everyone has their numbers, we'll go. I think it's just 4 of you guys, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So yeah, once Torty has the number in, and Chim Chim, I need your number in.
I put mine in.
Did you hit enter? There you go.
Okay.
All right, so sorting data.
Yep.
Wait a minute, that did not work.
Yeah,
What?
Torty's still on top.
There we go. Okay, so 1 PC slot before the NPC, and then the NPC. So you get up to the stairs, and you don't see anything. What do you do?
I would like to track this thing. I actually have a really good tracking ability.
Okay. What is it called?
Shoot. For whatever reason, it's not. I didn't write it down. Actually, if someone else wants to go first, I'm gonna grab my book.
All right, who's going up? Who's going?
Can
You
we
see
see
nothing
this
in the
thing?
hallway.
We can't see it. Okay.
Ooh, can I try to track it by scent?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna try that.
You can use a maneuver, and so you're tracking by scent.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to say that so you can sniff and you are getting closer and closer to it. And I'll just say that because you can smell it, you can kind of tell like you are almost at it, and you see this blurred figure that is like blending into the shadows, and you can kind of see it.
All right.
It's very difficult to see though, and this is actually going to be Adversary 3.
Oh God.
Holy crap.
What range am I to the blur?
You're short range.
All right. Can I signal to the group like pointing that that's where it is?
Sure.
All right. Whoever can shoot the best, please go first. I can't. Oh wait, if I use the maneuver to track, then I'm on the first slot, so I'll quick draw and fire.
Okay.
The stun pistol.
Yep, there you go. So quick draw and fire, stun pistol, and Adversary 3.
So short range would make that just 2 reds, because short range would be 1 purple.
Correct.
Upgraded once. Okay. And then my setback for being drunk, and then the other setback for the fear check, right?
So
Yeah.
Adversary 3. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's right. It's 2 reds.
I was thinking medium range, not short.
All right, I'm not gonna flip a destiny point. I'm just gonna see if I can stun.
Ooh.
Wow.
It gave me a crappy pistol.
You're stunned.
He falls down on top of Chim Chim and pins him to the ground. So that's fair enough.
You guys, I'll be fine.
All right, so let me know the total damage, and I'm going to say that despair renders your pistol obsolete.
Of course it does. That's gonna be 10 strain damage.
10 strain. Crap, of course I don't have a pencil, and I've actually got my sheets like with me to make things easier, so I don't have to alt-tab, but of course I can't find a pen. Yay, found a pen. All right, so 10. Let's see here. Okay, so Yeah, this thing is going next, and you all just see a blur, and this thing jumps through the nearest window, the window through the end of the hallway, crashes through it, and like hurtles to the ground below. And just to speed things up, I'm just gonna let you guys know. I mean, this thing went straight into the blizzard. By the time you guys get to the window, you only see like shattered glass, and actually there's a little bit of blood. It was cut as it went, and yeah.
That was the killer. It smelled the same as what I smelled in the room. Fear the Ewok.
Well, the Ewok and then a bunch of friends, you know, behind him. Chim Chim's got backup.
Yes, he was really scared by Rock because he was afraid he was going to shoot his head off.
He should
Just
be.
happened to shoot first.
I'm going to look to one of the, or I guess, are there any like, so in the room or on the window, are there any curtains?
No. This is one of
No?
those, like, you know, at the end of like hallways, you can have like those.
Oh, window.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Fancy-
take a
fancy
blood
view.
sample to give
That's
the
what I was
Vulcan.
going to ask. I was going to see if anyone has any, is a piece of like small cloth that hasn't been attached to them for long or hasn't touched like skin at all. Hand it to me, and then I was going to dab up the blood to give it to who is it?
Vulcan?
Vulcan? Yeah.
All right.
I'll give him my broken blaster pistol to smear the blood on too. That should be pretty clear of any contaminants.
Well, let's not put blood on the blaster pistol because that could be used as incriminating evidence for other things that we don't want to deal with right now, or that we
Right.
can't deal with right now.
But it's Wampa blood.
Yes, but the other people will not exactly see it as Wampa blood. They will see it as just blood.
All right, well, I'll break off a piece of the glass that has the blood on it then. That should
Alrighty,
be
that's
All right. All right, sounds good. So yeah, people heard the fire shot or the stun blaster shot. They heard the crashing of the window, so like everyone is just, it's the legend of the ghost Wampa is true. So as you guys go back downstairs, like, I mean, people are even more panicked than before. However, Ulf Goodhearth approaches you, and he is looking a lot more humble than before. I mean, his arrogance and pride is just completely wiped away by fear. And he says to you, you may have heard one version of the legend of the ghost Wampa, but my grandmother told it differently. Fjorn, he could have fought back when he was burned by Brigantus, but he didn't. He stayed loyal to her to the very end of his life, and when he perished, nothing changed. He didn't blame Brigantus. He blamed the man who killed her husband. We have a saying here on Corfai, as loyal as Fjorn. Whatever you fought, it wasn't his ghost, Ulf insists.
well, that's obviously true because ghosts don't break windows;
Ghosts don't
they
bleed.
jump through them. Let's not reveal that we have blood. Well, let's not reveal that we have its blood yet before we get it to Vulcan.
Okay, so yeah, you guys, let's say, well, tell me what you guys are doing. There's like people panicking in the hall. Avadri's crying. Jasper's hanging out with Barrett. All things are going on. So what are you guys doing?
I want to calm Vulcan and let him know that we have a blood sample for him from whatever killed the senator.
That's good news, but we really can't do anything about it until I get power back on this facility.
Well,
That's
chop
fine.
chop.
We'll keep it safe.
Oh, by the way, I totally didn't realize, guys, that I had the holoprojector sound still going. I'm sorry. I can't hear that because I have to turn it down much lower so it's not too loud on your screen or on your computer. So if there's any music that just doesn't match with the scene, just let me know. I
Well,
only
this
just
is still
noticed it.
howling
Well, this
wind.
kind of does match because the howler's still going on.
Oh, okay.
And the windows are broken, and it's kind of a spooky scene. So
Can you guys hear that I just started?
Ominous
Yes.
music?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. If it's too loud,
I
let me
don't-
know.
I don't like that.
Okay, so terrible things have happened. Panic is happening. What do you guys do? You guys go up to Balkan, yes?
I'm gonna take a drink.
Oh, you know, actually, because you're taking a drink, you get 2 boost dice to any fear checks for this adventure.
Awesome.
Liquid courage.
Drunken courage.
Yep, exactly.
Do we still want to fix the get the power back on? I could assist with that.
I'll head out to Balkan just to provide support in case whatever attack or whatever had broken in was trying to make their way out to them. So I'll make my way out to the power station.
Oh, okay. Well, wait. Before you do that, though, okay. So let me just explain. There is a blizzard going on outside. The world is in white. You cannot see. The safety lights are out. There is no power anywhere. So, oh gosh, once again, I am such a Care Bear GM, but okay, I'm just going to put a disclaimer here.
I wouldn't be able to find them.
Yeah, everything that you guys do, I will let you do, but please think about what you're doing and remember that there are consequences. We have talked about plot armor and we have talked about difficulty of missions. So I'm not going to stop you guys from doing something that has some serious consequences. So that's all I'm going to say from here on out. So that's it.
Well,
All right.
report us over there. We can get there faster.
Oh, sorry, I missed that part. What was that?
I asked Balkan if he wanted me to hoverboard us over to the power station because we'll get there faster.
You can try to hover. Actually, okay, yeah.
Well,
Well, we
Balkan,
still need to have someone like R4 lead the way because he's the only one who can perhaps use a scanner to get past the storm's blindness. Blindingness.
I don't think all 3 of us could fit on there.
Well, that's the problem, which is why I brought it up. We need to go with R4.
Gotcha. Then I'd like to stay and guard the daughter.
I mean, alternatively, if we're just trying to get lights on, we might be able to fashion some sort of temporary light solution.
Doable, but
be
you certainly wouldn't get the same kind of results if we just got the generator back up and running.
And not only that, so meanwhile, it's getting cold, and Ms. Auroras steps up to you guys and basically says, I mean, she looks really, she looks scared, and basically tells you that they're losing heat. The generator at the power station is responsible for the pumps that pump hot water throughout the entire complex to keep it heated. That has gone down. Like, the walls are getting cold and the lodge is losing heat fast. Everyone is soaked from the water, so you're cold and damp.
Jarrell asks her exactly how far away this generator is.
So basically, we're talking like, it's a pretty big complex, so it's like a quarter mile.
Are there any, like, is the entire place, is everything in sort of the main lobby or the banquet hall made of wood, or is there any stone?
There is some stone, but just decorative. So.
But it's stone, like it won't burn, correct?
Right.
All right. I'm going to tell everyone let's get as much stone as we can. Build a large sort of ring in the center of the hall with the stones, and then start piling wood into it to get a fire going.
All right. Good job. I was waiting for somebody to do that. Okay, so you guys have wood and you've arranged stone. Unfortunately, this wood is soaked with water, so I'm going to need a hard survival check with 2 setback dice to get a fire started.
I don't believe my survival is anything good, so if someone has...
Does anybody have ranks in survival?
I don't have ranks, but I have 3 green on that. So.
I'm rolling 4 green, so...
Okay.
Go for it.
Alright,
Make that fire.
I'm gonna pour some of my booze on the fire.
Tigrunas get 2 boost die for assists, so...
Oh, nice.
what is that?
Actually, yeah, let's get some of the alcohol from the main hall to use as an accelerant to try to get it going a little quicker.
Good job. So you get to remove one of the setback dice.
Okay, what was the difficulty? I missed that.
So now the difficulty is 3 purple, 1 setback, plus any setbacks that you guys are taking from other factors.
Okay.
And you get 2 boost die because the Tigruta is assisting you.
And wait, before you roll, I am going to give you guys a light point back.
Oh, how nice of you.
Fabulous.
Okay. Oh, thank goodness.
Good job. Well done, guys. All right, so it looks like the fire's about to splutter out, but you had just enough alcohol on it that it catches. And now there is a fire. And so, surrounded by stones. Good job with the safety there. So, yes, I will let everybody within short range of the fire do a single recovery check. So, discipline or cool to gain back some strain. Just once. And
With
mark
our
that down.
setback dice?
I'm sorry?
With our setback dice applied or no?
Actually, yeah, it probably should be. Yeah. If you didn't roll it, that's fine. We'll just keep going.
So discipline to get strain back with the fire?
Discipline or cool, whichever is better for you.
Have we left yet? I'm just trying to figure out where R4 is at this moment in time.
No, you guys are still in the lodge.
So I can still... Okay. Oh, with setback die? I completely forgot to roll a setback die. Doesn't
Now-
matter anyway, I didn't get anything.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Well, the
now,
setback was for fear, and you're a droid.
Well, that is true.
That's true, I'm immune to fear effects, aren't I?
all right, there you go. One thing though, everyone remember who had wet clothing, and this also applies to your luggage upstairs. So
That's who rolled dark side earlier, correct?
exactly. So definitely remember that. And
I have it in a tab in the spreadsheet. So.
okay, cool. So if your clothes are wet, remember that if you're heading outside.
Well, Balkans is dry. So
Vulcan and R4 were the only ones who rolled light side.
Okay, so I need to
doesn't have
know
clothes anyway,
who is actually going to try to restore the power.
R4 definitely is.
Okay.
Balkan should go. I
Okay.
mean, I know Chim Chim's been, hawking his hoverboard at us, but it just seems like that
Just-
plan might not end that well, even if it
The
does get us
longer
there
that
faster.
you are out there in this cold and in the blizzard, the more likely you guys are to take that strain and to kind of maybe even pass out there in the snow. Like if it took you guys, 3 turns or whatever to get there, I could do it in 1 turn with the hoverboard. It almost goes as fast as a speeder.
Fine,
That's
then you
good.
take R4 and I'll go wait in a place where I could analyze his blood.
There, I like that.
But if R4 finds... Does comlink still work at short range, at least?
Yeah.
Even through this?
Yep, you guys will be in communication with each other.
Then if R4, if you find something you think I might be able to help you with, you call me and we'll try to work that out together.
Like tech support.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Dural's gonna stay by the fire, actually.
all right, so let me just try to understand what's going on here. So, is Balkan giving his cold weather gear to Chim Chim since they're about the same size?
Yeah, I guess since his is wet, but I'm going to expect it back when he returns.
Absolutely, I
Web.
appreciate that. I'll put my coat in front of the fire then to kind of help dry it out.
I'll hold it up in front of it so it dries faster just because I'm a droid and I can do that.
Okay, so just 2 of you are going out into the cold then?
Yes.
I believe so.
Okay. So Chim Chim and R4. All right, Chim Chim. Well, wait. So you're on your hoverboard, but R4 is on the ground. So how's this going to work?
I was gonna put him on the hoverboard. We had discussed before that the
Oh,
hoverboard
okay.
would probably handle since I'm so small.
Okay. All right.
Handling Small passenger.
Okay. So you get instructions from Ms. Auroras, and basically, give me 1 second while I switch pages here. Do. There's a hot spring. I forgot to show you guys that, and this is what you see now.
So pretty.
And then this. The Ghost Wampa. And
I can kill it.
so then before you go out there, though, you hear one of the attendants yell, No, they can't go out there. That's where the Fjorn caps are. The ghost will be there. And Ms. Auroras will sigh, but she seems a lot more ruffled than before. The proper name is Frostcap for those mushrooms, but, well, she pauses and looks at the Imperials for a moment, then turns back to you guys. The spores of Frostcap mushrooms are slightly psychoactive, especially when exposed to UV light. She looks back at the Imperial contingent and adds, though it has been proven to be completely non-addictive and non-toxic. Barrett Travick rolls his eyes and says, don't worry, I'm just the actor who plays Captain Compnor. Besides, I think we all have something much bigger to worry about than happy mushrooms. Ms. Auroras continues, we have a small Frostcap farm in the power station, but it's behind a sealed door, so you shouldn't have anything to worry about.
Before we take off, could I get a little bump up from Jasper?
Oh, yeah, sure. So Jasper comes over and nods, and he will try to, and he basically says, like, oh, don't forget your diabetes medicine.
Yeah, that's space diabetes. It's a real killer.
All right, so yeah. And that actually removes 2 strain from you as well.
Thank God, I was hoping for something like that.
Okay, so you've got +1 to agility? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So you've got +1 to agility. And are you heading out into the snow?
If R4 is ready, I'm gonna scoop the board up under between his little legs.
Okay, so here
R4
goes.
is ready.
All right, R4, don't shift your weight. Keep your weight as centered as you can and let me drive it.
R4 whistles.
I may be drunk, but I'm a good drunk pilot.
Okay, so I need you guys, or I need you, to roll a hard survival check to navigate through the storm. You will also need to roll a daunting agility check because of the wind that you are having to compensate for. I mean, this is a major storm here.
Okay,
Can
so I'm not
I
using the hoverboard
change-
skill at all?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm not using the hoverboard skill at all? Or
Oh,
is
I mean,
that
you...
for R4?
Oh, no. Sorry, R4 is not doing this. You are actually maneuvering the hoverboard. So actually, sorry. Let me back up here. There's several checks we need to do. So as soon as you exit, I need both of you to do a hard resilience check.
Okay. Oh, why does resilience have to be brawn?
Well, this is from the cold, isn't it?
Yes.
So it doesn't matter
R4
for
has a
R4
fusion
because he's a
lantern.
droid.
They still get affected by cold.
I
Yep.
thought droids didn't.
They're still affected by cold.
Yeah, they are.
You can wear. They're affected in different ways.
I'm going to say
They're
that
all
the fusion
affected by
lantern,
black
I mean,
space, which is different.
you've got driving cold winds on you, so the fusion lantern is just going to give you a boost die.
Oh, okay. Let me reroll that then. Hopefully that'll be better then. Okay, never mind.
And if you fail, you suffer 1 strain.
R4 is beginning to freeze up.
Okay, next up, we need a daunting coordination check due to the wind. And I'm going to actually upgrade that once.
Okay. Daunting is, so it's 3 purple,
4
1 red.
purple and 1 red.
Yes.
Or 3 purple and 1 red even. What's my skill on that again?
Are we both doing the coordination check? or
No,
me?
just you. Just you as the driver.
I'm going to flip a point and upgrade. Because trust me, R4, we do not want to fall off of this thing when it's going at full speed.
R4 responds, bleeping that he understands you drunk. You walk.
Even though Chim Chim can't speak binary and thus can't understand what R4 is saying.
He gets the tone. He totally gets it. Okay, wow, well done. So you stay on the board, and now I need a survival check for you to actually get your orientation correct towards power station.
Could R4 convert the survival check into a computer's check because of his scanner?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
So it's a hard computers check, and I'm going to upgrade it once.
Meanwhile, the rest of us are sitting around the campfire, maybe telling a nice story.
Seen
So remember that time we
Kumbaya.
had to kill all those rat ghouls?
Yeah, it was great.
I remember how the broker promised us to vacation from that?
Do you want to hear it?
Remind me to complain to the broker.
Anyone
Okay.
have a sabacc deck?
So,
Take it, HR.
all right, so you see the power plant like come into view, and so good job. You guys actually got to the power plant. This could have been much worse if a despair was rolled. And all right, as you enter the power station, Chim Chim, you immediately notice an odd smell in the air. I need you to make an immediate hard discipline or resilience check.
Both of us, yeah.
No, just Chim Chim.
Okay. Hard resilience.
Chim Chim has a nose.
Oh man.
Or discipline if it's better.
Yes, discipline's a little bit better. I get 1 extra green. 1, 2, 3.
And I'm on a separate monitor, so or not monitor, but
I'll let you know what I get.
yeah, thank you.
Failure with 1 threat.
All right, so you're going to take a strain, and a sense of giddiness starts to take over. So you need to apply a setback to all checks for the rest of the session, except when it comes to fear, where it is a boost instead.
So I now have 3 boosts to fear and 3 setback on everything. 1 for drunk, 1 for being wet, and 1 for...
Well, wait a minute. Being wet, but I thought we changed your clothes.
Yeah,
okay.
we changed your clothes.
Then...
Although I'm expecting that back when you come back to the lodge.
Yes, okay. So I have 2 setback and 3 boost on all fear checks, and then 2 setback on everything.
Yeah, it looks like it. So
Okay.
as you move through the station is completely dark. There are no windows, and it is very, very dark, but you've got the fusion lantern out, right?
Yep, and the torch. So
And the torch, okay.
there's a ambient light from the fusion lantern. There's directed light from the torch.
Okay, so you notice a door that has been wrenched open nearly off of its hinges, and it's the door to the mushroom farm as you scan the lights through. So spores from the UV treated mushrooms, it's filled the air throughout the station. Meanwhile, you also see that several of the turbines have been wrecked, but there is one that looks like you might be able to repair it to restore power to the station. It's going to be a daunting mechanics check.
Call Balkan.
Yep, so I'm going to call in Balkan and tell him what they've got in front of me. Did I remotely use his intellect to increase it to 1 extra green die, or would it be a boost die only?
I will give it to you, but you're going to need to flip a destiny point for that.
Okay, whoops, wrong one. There we go.
And don't
Okay.
forget the boost die, because it's still skilled assistance and I'm a draw.
Huzzah. Okay, so daunting's for purple, yes, that's right. isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm actually going to flip a destiny point.
Oh, you bad man. Okay, here we go to repair the generator, that is.
Yep.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. I need Chim Chim to roll 1d100.
Uh-oh.
And just let me know what it is.
It's a 94.
Oh, 94.
That's not a good
Okay. You see a faint glowing mist that coalesces into a bulky, monstrous shape, almost like a wampa. Meanwhile, you see dancing Twi'leks gyrating on top of the machinery as a screech sounds in the distance like a bat. I mean, you are starting to trip out.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of say to R4, I'm freaking out, man.
I need you to do a hard fear check.
Okay.
You get 3 boost die to it.
Yes, I do. And I also have 2 setbacks, though. Yeah, I'm not afraid.
Okay,
I'm
so you're
afraid
not
of
afraid, but the shape of the, like, ghostly wampa lifts an arm and points to the side. As you turn to see what it's pointing at, you see shifting lights moving closer. And one moment. Momento, por favor. Shifting lights, dancing lights are moving closer to you. God damn it, where did I put this thing? So I need you two to roll initiative.
Okay. I'm gonna flip a destiny point to say that I swapped out that broken pistol for a functioning one before we left.
Okay.
If that's all right.
Yep.
Or R4 could have repaired the existing one. Balls.
Okay.
now?
And actually, so you guys roll your roll your initiative and put it into the sheet. But meanwhile, back at the lodge, Balkan, have you studied the blood yet?
Well, I was waiting for the power to come back on, but if they fix the generator, I guess I'd do that now.
Okay, so yeah, we'll say that the generator's been fixed, but it's only 1 out of the 4. So there's only enough power for dim light, but the lights are back on, so you guys aren't like, you know, scared because of the light anymore.
Is the important thing is the heat back on? Or is that still off?
It is kind of sort of on. It's 1 generator's worth of hot water that's slowly being pumped through. So people aren't going to freeze to death. So you've prevented that, but it's not comfortable.
Yay!
But yeah, so good job. All right, so Balkan, I need you to do, and Torty is with Balkan, right? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I need a daunting education or underworld check. Torty, if he can't provide skilled assistance, I will let him give you 2 boost dice to this check, and I'm going to flip it.
So education or underworld?
Yes.
My education's 2, and that's better than my underworld, which is just 1, and that's the same as yours, isn't it, Torty?
My underworld is 1 as well.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to use education.
Okay. So you get 2 boost dice from Torty for this very specific roll.
And daunting plus a red die?
Yes.
Okay, so that's that, and that's that, and I'm going to flip a destiny point, and roll. There we go.
Hell yeah.
Whoa.
Torty, stop talking in my ear like that, it's disturbing.
Okay, so good job.
There is a triumph on there if you can't see it.
Oh, okay, great. I was on another page. So nice. Okay, with that triumph, I know what to do with this. You think, I mean, this is like some pretty obscure knowledge here, but with you and Torty kind of bouncing off things that you've heard, you think that this might be a Defil assassin, colloquially known as wraiths, who are barely visible. They're native to the high-gravity outer rim planet of Ath-El, and they appear to most other species as shadows, reinforcing the misconception that they're chameleon-like beings or living shadows. Ath-El is seldom visited due to the difficulty of escaping its gravity well, making Defil rare outside of their home system. This rarity combined with their ability to bend visible light means that much of the galaxy believes they're mythical or supernatural beings. Some of the few Defil who leave their home world go in search of adventure, and often employ their natural stealth abilities to become assassins, bodyguards, and thieves. And with the triumph, it means that you don't even have to do the second check, and so you know that Defil can only bend longer wavelengths of light, including visible and infrared. However, they're visible in ultraviolet light. When the generator came back on, you notice black lights far in the distance in the power station have just been turned on.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, this is not good.
All right, so, and I assume that you are relaying this information? And...
I'm going to relay it to the team, but also I want to pull Jarrell over with me, and we're going to go find the head ranger, who's, the intimidating lady.
Okay, Ms. Roris, yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to tell her, listen, I know you probably don't like me from the previous conflicts we've been having, but I know what's happening now, and I think you can help. I think I can help you keep these men calm, and maybe we can rally and finally take control of the situation.
All right. She's listening.
Okay, what we're dealing with here is not some frickin' ghost wampa, but a Defel assassin who's able to appear somewhat invisible, and that's why everyone keeps calling this thing a ghost. And we can prove it. Not only have I studied this blood that came from our recent conflict with it, but Jarrell actually saw it before we were able to attack, and what he saw matches the description of what a person would see if they tried to look at a Defel assassin.
Okay. So she nods and she's like, okay, she's very much into facts, and she didn't believe in a ghost at all anyway, so she's like, okay, I'm on board.
Joral says, and so therefore you should probably give us our weapons back. And he winks at her.
She says, well, we don't have your weapons. They're at Ranger Station Alpha, a mile away.
Oh, right.
But we do have 2 skiffs that you came in on. They're still here. You can try to get back to Depot C to retrieve your weapons.
We can also use the skiffs to get over to the power plant. No doubt they're in trouble. My senses are tingling about
Well, no,
that.
the skiff, sorry. Just to describe what's going on here. You're at the lodge, which is on the left-hand side. So it's like a triangle. Lodge, upper left, power station, upper right, center down, entrance with the skiffs.
And there's 2 of them, so one of us can go get the weapons and meet.
Oh, you know what?
There's
Actually,
a
you
lot.
guys did this in a
Very
different
cool.
order than I was expecting. The safety lights are on. You can see a trail. There are lighted trails going to each of the major installations at the resort. You guys will not have to do survival checks to make it to the skiffs. But remember, once you're on the skiffs, you will be heading through a blizzard for a mile to get to a station, turning around and coming a mile back.
And the only dry set of clothes we have is on an Ewok.
So
These are covered skiffs, right?
We have been in front of a fire for some time. Could we say that maybe the clothes are, if not dry, mostly dry, to the point where we'd be able to get the bonuses back? Because I'm assuming we built a fairly large fire.
okay, yep. Since you guys didn't say that you were drying the clothes at the very start, you can flip a Disney point, and I will give you that.
All right.
Cool.
All right. So, do you guys want to brave the cold outdoors to get your weapons back, or remember? I mean, it's cold outside, and you've got a long way to go.
Balkan didn't have a gun to begin with because he was carrying too much. So actually, he's going to stay and maybe help the ranger captain calm down the tensions of, calm down her men and maybe get them back, where they can actually be useful.
That's a great idea. Okay. Anyone else?
Joral's considering either going to get the weapons or just taking a skiff straight to the power generator.
It's going to be equidistant.
Rock will go with you.
It's going to be equidistant to the skiff, to the power station. The safety lights are on, so you can just walk there.
To the power station?
Yeah.
All right, if anyone's going to the station, I'm going with them.
Torty really
My
wants to
survival and everything really isn't that good.
You won't have to worry about a survival check. You've got lights guiding you there now.
We need to
Oh,
at
okay.
least get Chim Chim his weapon. I know that would do some good.
Torty really wants his gun as well.
Joral's gonna take a skiff to go try and get the weapons.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to hoof it over to the power station to give support.
Okay, so I'm assuming this. Chim Chim's probably going to give an alert like, "Oh my God, something's here," and Rock is going to try to help them. Yes.
That's true. That is
Okay.
correct.
So you're having to get through snow. I'm going to need 2 checks from you, resilience checks, and it'll be 2 turns for you to get there, and then you'll enter the fight. Meanwhile, we've got some people that are heading towards the lodge. So let me get to those guys first. As you get to the skiffs, you see one of them is broken down. It looks like it was tampered with. And the second one also looks like there are claw marks all over it, like someone tried to wreck this thing up. You're going to need a mechanics check to get this thing back online. So it's going to be a hard mechanics check to get the skiff back up.
Call Balkan.
I have one green, 1 yellow in mechanics, unless.
Well, I'm gonna radio Balkan and ask him if he can help us get this thing going.
Cool.
Okay, so Balkan is anyone who stepped outside, hard resilience check and suffer 1 strain if you fail. Difficulty is upgraded twice if you're wearing wet clothing. Oh, no more wet clothing. Never mind.
Yeah. So I succeeded with 3 threat.
Okay.
I succeeded with 1.
Yeah, 3 success, 1 threat. So.
Okay. We're not going to worry about that threat for now. That's fine.
Okay.
Hey Tommy, I sent you a message on here.
Oh, okay.
When you get a minute.
All right. Oh yeah, sure. Let's hold that for when I'm done with these guys.
Yeah, I figured. I was just asking.
Okay. So, Balkan is now there at the skiff, and I need you guys to do a mechanics check to get it back up.
Okay. Hard mechanics.
Yep.
All right. There we go.
Nice.
And you'll have to
Now let
tell
me
me
go
the
back
result.
inside.
Okay, he succeeds. Thank you, Balkan.
Okay. Balkan, roll me a percentage. You're walking back by yourself, right?
Yes.
Roll a percentage die.
Shit. 29.
All right, you make it back.
Okay, good.
You hear noises around you that sound like footsteps crunching in the snow right as you get to the door. And that's all that happens.
Shove it, shove it, shove it, shove it, shove it.
All right. So the guys who are on the skiff, I'm going to get back to you guys. I'm switching now back to the fight in the station, okay?
Okay.
All right. And in the station, so initiatives have been rolled, yes? Okay. Oh, and I need my initiative.
Taylor's what's going on. He's got a friend over.
Sorry, what's up?
Oh, okay. Never mind. Taylor knows.
Okay. I'm going to roll my initiative. Where'd it go?
This is part of it.
Okay.
Did it the wrong way. What the hell is with this?
There you go.
Thank you. Okay, so Taylor, are you there? You know, actually,
Yeah,
since you're okay.
Sorry, I'm like setting up for Thanksgiving tonight. So, I mean, I'm listening. I have my headpiece in. If
Oh,
I
you
mute
know,
myself,
actually, then
that's just because I'm talking to someone.
Okay, that's
But I'm
fine.
new
Tell you
here.
what we'll do is we'll save this while you're doing that, and we'll go to the people in the skiff. So, skiff riders, who's all in the skiff?
Jarrell's in the skiff.
I think it's just Torty and Jarrell.
Okay, so I'm going to need 5 survival checks from you guys. And well, 1 survival check amongst the 2 of you. So,
Okay. Difficulty?
the difficulty is... Find this, one moment. Sorry, I just need to read my text here. All right, so actually we're going to do them one by one. So the first one I'm going to upgrade. So it's 2 purple, 1 red. So survival check to navigate.
And then are there any setbacks still?
Whatever setbacks you have from fear. No, that was wiped. No, I don't think you have any setbacks at the moment.
Okay.
2 success, 3 threat.
Okay. You take 3 strain unless you have an alternative that you can think of.
So we both have to roll?
No. This
Okay.
is just he's navigating right now.
Gotcha.
Okay, so now both of you need to do hard resilience checks.
Oh, jeez. No red?
No red for the time being.
Okay, I'm flipping for this because I need it.
Okay, so you take 3 strain.
Oh no.
And so this skiff is covered, but because of the damage that was done to it, there's no internal heating. So you guys are very cold inside of the skiff as you're heading towards Ranger Station Alpha. Okay. You succeeded. I will say that you get a setback to the next check that you have, though, instead of strain. All right, so second check up. We need another survival check.
All right. I actually have a natural 4 for survival, so I can go ahead and take this. And difficulty again?
The difficulty is hard, so 3 purple.
3. Okay.
Just one of us, or?
Yeah.
Just one of you. Yeah, it's just
Okay.
one person that's navigating.
I'll go for it because I have a higher cunning.
Okay, so you have failed, which means that you've kind of lost your way, but the advantage will give you 1 boost die to your next check.
Okay.
You're going to need to make a resilience check, both of you again.
So the boost will be on the navigation check?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Failure, 3 advantage.
Okay, so both of you are getting very, very cold. You have not gotten too far. You can tell, you can still see the lights from the lodge. You've kind of lost your way here a little bit, so I'm only telling you guys this once. Remember, I told you that originally you had 5 checks to get there and 5 checks to get back. You failed once, so you've lost your way a little bit. Do you want to keep going?
What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So make another navigation check.
All right. I'm gonna upgrade again.
All right, so you actually, because of that triumph, you did really well in that you kind of made up for lost time. So
Sweet.
we're now on round 3, but before we start round 3, I need you to do resilience checks. So hard resilience, and I'm going to upgrade it once.
All right. Oh, of course.
One threat.
Okay, so you're actually going to, Jeff, you take 2 strain. Torty, you're going to take, and let me think about how I'm going to do this. You're starting to actually get frostbite. So your fingers are starting to get numb, and you take 2 wounds and 3 strain, all of this through soak.
Okay. Well, the strain puts me down.
You pass out?
Yeah, I'm over by 1.
Okay, so Torty is passed out next to you, and you still have a little less than halfway to go from your calculations, and then you're going to have to come back.
All right. I'm gonna press on, and hopefully we can revive him. I can revive him once I'm there.
Okay. So roll for your navigation.
One second. What was the difficulty? Just hard?
Just hard. Yep.
Failure.
All right, so you don't make any progress. You need to do a resilience check. And actually, Torty, you need to make a resilience check as well.
Is that an hard with 1 upgrade?
No, just hard.
All right.
Okay.
So you're going to, Torty, because of the failure, that's 1 strain plus the 2 strain from that. So you're getting progressively worse.
Oh, that's a lot worse. Hold on. There we go.
And so, Jeff, you failed, but you have an advantage. So we're going to say you get a boost die to your next resilience check, but you do take 1 strain. So I need you to make another navigation check.
Okay. Jeez.
All right, so you've made no progress again, and you need to do, both of you need to make resilience checks. So what I'm going to say, just so you can do it, failure is 1 strain, and any threat is another strain.
I'd like to flip a destiny point. Can someone do that for me? That part is not loading for me for some reason. Oh, now it's there. I got logged out earlier and it disappeared.
Yeah.
1 advantage.
Okay, you'll get a boost die to your next resilience check, but you do fail, so you take 1 strain. You have another. Gosh. All right, it's up to you what you want to do, but you have another resilience check, or navigation check. Sorry.
So the lights from the power aren't helping us at all here?
No, remember, it's a mile away. You guys are now
Okay.
over halfway to the station, and unfortunately, you don't see any lights coming from the station. So it's still just white.
Jeez.
No progress is made, and so you're getting a little bit lost, and you both need to do resilience checks. So 1 strain for both.
Looks like everything got canceled out.
Okay, so what's your strain threshold, or what are you at now, Jeff?
I'm at 5.
Okay, so do another navigation check.
All right.
Yes!
3 success.
All right, so you get 1 step closer, but now you need to do another resilience check. Both of you.
At least the dice are exactly. Hey, 2 success, 4 advantage.
Okay, so you can pass those advantages into 2 boost dice on your next resilience check, and you suffer no strain.
Great.
And you've got another check. You actually can, you think you see some lights in the distance now, very dimly through the snow.
Okay, good.
And
maybe I should
it
think
looks like it was just kind of a trick of, it's like a snow mirage, and I need you to do a resilience check.
A snow mirage.
And Torty, when you get up to double of your strain threshold, you can stop.
I'm there.
Okay.
Yep, put me there.
That's
All right,
fine.
so you're fine, Jeff, and now you need to do another navigation check.
Come on. 2 success.
Okay, so let's see. Let me count these up. Okay, you make it to Ranger Station Alpha. So, let's see here. Give me 1 moment while I find it. You see several dead Rangers that all seem to have been attacked by the same creature that killed Senator Norris. Claw marks and bite marks. They're dead and their bodies have bled out into the snow. You can see Depot C, and it will be a hard computers, mechanics, skullduggery, or athletics check to gain entry into it.
I have a decent athletics.
Okay, so yeah.
What is it? What will it? Is there any way he could revive me in some way?
Do you have any medical equipment or medical skill? Draw.
I don't. I just have a natural 2 in medicine.
And it would be, without any actual tools, it would be really difficult, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so, yeah. I'm on a different page, so just let me know when you do the hard check.
Sure. All right. I succeeded
Success.
2 and 4 threat.
Really? Oh, good job. Okay, so I'm going to say that, I mean, it was really, really hard for you to get that door open. I know that you're close to your strain threshold, so give me some alternatives to use for that threat. We can say that you sprained your wrist or something.
I mean...
Or do you want to take the strain?
He falls after jumping over the wall and takes 2 injuries to his legs.
Yeah, perhaps I do injure injure a foot, so maybe a little bit slower.
Okay, I'm going to say that translates into 1 setback.
All right.
Okay, so you avoid getting a lot of strain. So you open the door, and you see the weapons. So all the weapons are there. And I need you to roll a 1d100.
All right. $59.
Okay, so 59. Give me one moment here.
I really wish there was a reset button on the rolling app, so you just reset it all to 0.
If you click the picture of the die, it resets that die to 0.
Ah, okay. Awesome.
All right, so you hear growling in the background coming through the wind. It sounds really scary. The howler is just kicking off. And so, Torty is knocked out in the skiff, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so you get back in the skiff, and nothing attacks you, though.
Could I really quick just scan the room, maybe with a perception check for any sort of a medical box of some sort? Maybe there's a first aid kit somewhere.
Sure. Do a hard perception check.
All right.
And I'm actually going to upgrade it once.
Okay. Failure, 3 advantage.
Okay. Unfortunately, you do not find any medical kits, but you are able to get back with everyone's weapons to the skiff, and you can start making your way back. I'm going to cut to the fight scene, and I'll come back to you, okay?
All right, sounds good.
All right, so we've got R4, Chim Chim, and Rock is heading to the fight. NPCs go first. Taylor, are you here? I'm not actually looking at the chat screen, so you'll have to talk.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry.
Okay, cool. All right, so you can see dancing lights, and the shadowy figure of the Wampa is pointing in the direction of the lights. So you can kind of make out the creatures. Like this psychedelic trip that you're on, you can actually kind of see them. They are now only adversary 2 to you.
Ooh.
And so one of them is going to attack you.
Oh no.
And here goes. Do you have any setback defense or anything that I need to be aware of?
Silhouette is 0, but I think that would only matter for melee.
It's melee.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Oh, so is that a defense for you? There's silhouette 1.
Oh, it's a melee attack? I think
Yeah.
me being a small size either adds a setback die to them or something. I can't remember offhand.
GM Assistant, can you look that up? I actually think it has to be more than 1 step difference in silhouette. I could be wrong.
Yeah, whoever's attacking him would have to be silhouette 2.
Okay, so that is not the case, and here they go. I'm going to upgrade the check.
Oh, I'm going to upgrade it back. I don't want to be unconscious.
Oop,
All
wrong
right,
way.
so
Yep, wrong one. Hold on. Oh, step. There.
all right, so so you feel these claws just like rake across your chest, and you are going to take let's see. Oh crap.
That's not a good sound.
You take 11 points of 11 wounds minus soak.
Okay. Ow.
All right, so the next NPC goes, and it's going to attack R4. Any defense, R4?
Yay. Nope.
Okay, so it misses, but it gets tons of advantages, and it's going to remember those advantages for later. Now it's you guys. And Rock has 2 turns to get here.
Oh, pantalones.
Survive!
Oh, actually, wait. So they're adversary 3 to R4, but they're only adversary 2 to Chim Chim.
So what's in the immediate area? Just out of curiosity, apart from the power generators.
So you have black lights that have turned on behind you guys. And that's all I'm saying. Someone told you some information earlier.
Hit him with the black lights.
Right now. Okay, R4, can you get some black lights on? Some UV light kind of going?
Well, no, you guys, the black lights are at the mushroom farm behind you.
Oh,
I think we should take cover in the mushroom farm.
I agree. R4, I'll kind of cover you, so I'll take the first shot at them.
Okay.
Or at one of them. anyway.
Okay.
What range are they at now? Are they engaged or are they?
They're engaged with you, so you're going to need a maneuver to get out of engaged.
Okay, so I'll just shoot while I'm engaged then, and make it
Okay.
2 reds.
Right.
And then.
Well, it's upgraded 3 times now because it's upgraded once. So they're adversary 2 plus you're taking the engaged penalty.
Yeah, so engaged would be 2 purples, and then upgraded twice would be 2 reds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, no, it's upgraded 3 times though. Remember? It's adversary 2.
They engaged with you.
And they're engaged with you. So it's they're adversary 2 plus an upgrade to the difficulty. So it's 2 reds, 1 purple.
Okay. Here goes that shot. Ah, both reds went double failure.
Nasty.
So I'm gonna, if I can, I'd like to use that advantage to heal a strain.
Okay.
I'm not feeling
Yes.
so good. And then I'm gonna use my maneuver to.
You've already. Oh, so yes, you've got a maneuver. Okay.
Yeah, I was still engaged.
Right.
So I'm gonna use the maneuver. How far away is the mushroom?
Okay. Now remember though, you need a maneuver to get out of engaged.
Yeah.
Then you need a maneuver.
Straight for an extra maneuver.
Yeah. So it's short range.
Okay, so I'll use 1 maneuver to break out of engaged, and then I will use the second maneuver to go into the mushroom room.
Okay.
And hide. I'd like
All right.
to, if I can, I'd like to use my stealth to hide from these things.
All right. So you do. So you get in there. R4. I assume that you are rushing in there.
Am I engaged with these guys as well?
Yes, you're engaged with one of them.
Ooh, that's a tough call for me. I'm still on threshold of 8. Very well, I'll take the strain and I will maneuver. What's the condition of this door?
It's just been like nearly wrenched off of its hinges, but it doesn't look like it's going to be able to close.
Could it be jury rigged so that it could close slightly and offer some kind of delay or protection against these things?
It's going to take some time, and it's going to take a hard athletics check to close it with the way that it is. Remember, I mean, this is in the midst of combat. These things are like on you guys, so, you know, yeah.
In which case, all I can do is find a corner of the room and hide.
They're like partially invisible in the light spectrum, so we can't really see what they look like.
Okay, so you're heading into the room too, right?
Yeah, and I'm just going to hide somewhere. In fact, actually, I'm not going to take that strain. I will use the my lack of an action as 2 maneuvers.
Okay. All right, so as you do that, sorry, let me move things over just a bit. We're at the top of the turn, and you see, so you're under functioning black lights right now, and then you see this at the door.
Ooh.
So
That's ugly.
they are shimmering, and like the black light is actually causing them to phosphoresce. So you can see them clearly now. They are only adversary 1 at the moment, and they have taken 2 maneuvers to get. Oh no, they just needed 1 maneuver. 1 maneuver to get in, and 1 maneuver to attack. So here we go. First attack is against Chim Chim. Or Chim Chim said he was trying to hide, right?
Yes, I'd
Okay.
like to kind of use my stealth because they will not find me.
Okay, so here we go. They are going to use. And what are they rolling against?
My stealth is, right now would be, so they would have 3 reds, 2 purples, and a setback die.
Okay, here goes. I'll roll a destiny point.
Yes.
All right, so they don't notice you. Is R4 still hiding too?
R4 is attempting to hide, but he's not going to be as good.
All right, so what's his difficulty?
3 purple.
Okay.
I'm sorry, R4. But I can't take another hit.
I'm going to upgrade that one, actually. So here goes.
We'll upgrade that back. Oh,
Oh boy.
oh yeah, no, not the perception.
Okay,
Really hard
so
to hide your white and green
yes.
droid frame.
Well, actually, more like purple and neon yellow because of the black lights. All kinds of
Yep.
colors. So one of them notices R4 and immediately attacks. So here goes.
Ouchie, ouchie.
Go ahead and roll the crit for me, and you're going to take 11 points of damage.
Oh, it's a nice high roll as well.
All right, so we are now at turn 2. Rock K4 has made it to... I'll just say that you get there. You really booked it.
If you want, I can make an athletics check to show that I booked it.
Okay, yeah, do that. It's going to be against hard.
If
The blizzard
you-
is...
No, laugh so hard.
Alrighty, here it goes.
Why for what,
Booyah.
Vulcan?
Blinked all 3 purples.
I told him that he was going to take 2 turns to get there. I'm actually letting you do it in 1 with a successful athletics check.
Sweet.
So yeah, you do it. You push through the headwinds and you get there. And now you are there. You're within short distance, and because of the black lights, you can see these creatures, or at least one of them is outside the room. And it turns and notices you.
Alright, so activating my Van Blades, both of them.
Okay.
Taking maneuver to get into short range, and I'm going to gut this thing.
Engaged, you mean?
Yeah, to engaged.
Okay.
And so, is it adversary 2 or 1 right now?
Adversary 1, because it's illuminated by the black light.
Alright, so it's 1 red, 1 purple then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Ah, not as much as I'd like.
Crit.
Oh yeah, I think I can totally trigger the crit on my Van Blades.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me. Go ahead and roll the crit for me.
All right. Yeah, it takes 3 to do the crit. I got 34% on the crit.
And how many wounds total?
Let's see. So it is. So they had 1, so my bronze 5, so it'll be 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
Any pierce?
No pierce. Not yet. I haven't. Actually, do they have any equipment on them? Like
Just
armor?
what you see.
I see.
Visors and like little. Not really. I mean, they're just furred creatures and with claws.
Okay. Are the visors obviously separate from them? Because I've got Sunder. So if I could, blind them or at least take away the visors, I'd use
Okay.
the other advantage to do that.
Yeah, you can try to do that.
All right. So I still have 3 advantage left, so I'll use those 3 advantage to sunder the goggles to destroyed.
Okay, so this one no longer has goggles. No goggles.
Okay. And
And what was the critical again?
the crit is stunned,
Oh, stunned.
so he is staggered until the end of his next turn.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Good job, man. So we're. Oh, wait a minute here. Oh, Rock. You went before them. It was a new round.
Oh.
So, but that's okay. We'll just keep it. We'll just, that's fine. All right. So all these things kind of happen simultaneously anyway. So the one that you attacked is going to attack you, and we'll say there was like simultaneous attacks there.
Okay. I do have a defense 1 for against melee.
All right. Good to know. All right. So you take 12 points of damage.
Through soak or no?
Soak is applied.
Okay, so I take 4.
And the next one is going to ignore. It sees you, and you seem like a much bigger threat, so it's going to leave R4 alone. It's going to take a maneuver, and it's going to attack you as well.
Okay.
All right, so this one does 14 points of damage.
So I take 6 more. So I'm at 10 wounds right now. Holy crap.
Okay. Next up, Chim Chim and R4.
I'm going to go first because I can do a huge amount. These black lights, can I see where they're powered from?
Yeah, well, they're up above you, but you actually see some portable ones off to the side that look like they're actually more like flashlights, but black lights are installed.
Okay, and is it possible to supplement their power supply by making them brighter by using my fusion lantern?
Sure, we'll make it a hard computers check.
Would it be mechanics? Just
Okay, we can say that. Yes, yes. Sounds great.
Okay, so I'm going to do that, which completely doesn't work.
I'm going to say that you can try again next turn with a boost die. And Chim Chim, you're up.
Okay. I am going to fire at one of them
Okay.
and then move into a new hiding position. So there's still one in the mushroom room with us, right?
Yes, they're still illuminated by the black light, so just adversary 1.
Okay. Oh, it's just adversary 1 now?
Yes. The
Oh,
black light
awesome.
has completely illuminated them.
And I'm not engaged with them. So now I can finally make an okay roll. Alright, so I'll take the shot. That will be 9 stun damage.
Okay.
And then I'll use my maneuver to hide in a new spot.
Tell me what you do with that threat.
As I'm moving to a new spot, I kick a mushroom, and that's going to kick more spores into the air. So
Okay.
I'm going to be breathing in more of those hallucinogenic spores. I'm going to take a setback because it saw where I kicked over. It probably noticed where I kicked the one mushroom head. And
Okay.
I'm going to hope that it's breathing in these spores too.
You know, actually, yes, they are, but if you want to get some positive effect out of this, you're going to need to flip a destiny point.
I won't.
Are you sure? You've got destiny points to spare.
You know,
I
what,
will.
I'm tripping balls. I want them to trip balls.
Okay, so you start to hear growling that is not coming from them. You just hear growling going on. And meanwhile, we are now at the top of the round because Rock went first, so now we're at a standard turn, right? Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rock, what are you at right now in terms of your wound threshold?
I have 10 wounds out of 18.
Okay, so they're going to go for you again.
Alright, I'm gonna upgrade the difficulty to hit me by 1.
Okay.
Or not.
Well, one missed, and sorry, I should have waited, but okay, I'll upgrade.
I'll upgrade for
to this
the
one.
second one.
All right, here goes. And the second one tries to hit. Okay, they both miss. You guys are up.
Alright, so it's... Oh, so now it's PC's turn?
Yes.
Alright, I'll swing at the one that I already hit.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll just do that. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, that's not me.
Call.
All right.
That was happy fighting music.
What was the total damage?
There's 5, 10. It'll be 11 damage.
Ooh, 11 damage. Well done.
Nice. Take its head off.
Well, I don't know. I only hit the other one for... I don't know if their soak is, or how much damage... how is the one I just hit looking? Is he really beat up, or...
Yeah, you've cut really deeply into it. It's backing away from you and holding one of its arms.
Okay.
All right, next PC is up.
I'll take it. So I'm gonna.
This one is actually moved out of the way. You can't see the one that's injured. It's moved away from the door. You can still see the door though.
Okay, is that the one that I was shooting at, or is that a new one now?
It's a new one.
Okay. I'm going to giggle maniacally in the weird kind of high-pitched Ewok voice to kind of freak it out as it's tripping balls, or
Okay.
starting to. And I'm going to take a shot and maneuver to a new hiding position. Oh, I blinked 2 of my green die.
but I also blinked the red, so that worked out nicely. That will be 8 stun damage.
Okay, roll a percentage die for me real quick.
Okay, you got it. 46%.
All right, R4, you're trying to boost the power to the UV lights again, right?
Yes.
Okay, you've got a boost die to it.
Yay. Hey.
All right, so the lights, like, you're able to divert power from the fusion lantern. This is what you're doing, right?
That's what I'm doing, yep.
Okay, to the UV lights. The UV lights are now burning super bright. Meanwhile, you hear, actually no, you don't hear this. Chim Chim hears a mighty roar. Actually, Taylor, is Taylor here? I'm gonna wait for Taylor.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay. So you hear a mighty roar, not coming from these things. Both of them turn and like wail in terror, and you hear crashing. It sounds like the blizzard has actually ripped off a piece of the ceiling. Snow is flying in, and you see the shape of a gigantic wampa, like just slamming into them, and they fly back from the force of the wind, and they start to run. They're like, they're out of here. So as you like look, you see what looks like a wampa chasing after them, and then that vision fades out of the distance. So
did it look like he had any burn damage?
he did. Yes, it looked like it was burned.
Oh, if he had stayed, I would have tried to ride him like a pony.
All right, so these two Defil assassins have run away, and now we're going back to Jeff, who's in the skiff. Just to make this fast, Jeff, just do 5 navigation and 5 survival checks, and we'll see what happens. Just do.
All right.
Yeah.
For the first one, I'm just going to flip a destiny point.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to flip a destiny point for the next
do
one.
a bunch of regular ones.
These are just your navigation checks, so. Okay, so 1, 2. Do the next one. That
So
one.
yeah, these would all be the navigation.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
One
so
needs to be upgraded because Tommy flipped a destiny to upgrade one.
yeah. So on your next one, do 2 of those. Do another one with upgrade.
We are not doing well.
Okay.
Let's use that 5.
Yeah, that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, he failed, so
that-
he needs to do another check for each failure.
Yeah. Okay.
can do
And now the
So go ahead and roll 3 more checks.
Jeez.
wow. Oh man.
Do another one then. You're gonna have
Use
to
a
do.
destiny point.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so it looks like it's going to take you, because of all those failures, 10 resilience checks worth of turns to get back to the station.
Oh
Or
god.
back to the lodge. So roll 10 of these, both of you. Or actually, no, Torty doesn't have to. He's already at his
I'm
max.
already there.
Yeah.
Right. All right. And these are going to be set back by my foot, right?
No, we're not going to. Don't worry about your foot.
Okay. Because all of those had my foot being set back. Okay.
I'm trying to be nice, so.
4.
Every failure is 1 strain, and every threat is a strain.
Alright, well,
That's 10. Okay.
Now he's typing something.
Okay, so how much were you able to get back without passing out?
7, 8.
Okay. Excuse me. What was the
Okay, every failure by itself is a strain. Every threat is an additional strain.
Yeah, he took 14 strain. I don't think he made it back.
Yeah, I had 5 left.
Okay. So you have passed out from the cold in between Ranger Station Alpha and the lodge. So we'll come back to you guys, but both of you are going to take 2 points of wound damage through your soak.
All right.
All right. So, and see, this is the type of thing that I would have tried to prevent, but people have like complained that I've made things too easy. So, yeah. So sorry, I don't like when things like that happen to the
No, don't
PCs, but
apologize.
you know, people, you know, I'm trying to not be so much of a Care Bear. So, all right, we're
Real
back to the guys at the lodge. So I assume that you guys try to get back to the main lodge, right?
Which guys?
The rest of you, not Torty, not Jeff.
Okay.
Well, I mean, tell me
guess
what you guys are doing. You guys are still in the power station. There are other
Yeah.
people that are in the lodge.
All right. Okay.
Well, I'm still trying to get these frickin' Rangers to get their damn act together, so we're not doing this all ourselves.
Okay, yeah, they're ready. They're like, they've got their weapons on guard. They are keeping eyes on all the windows. So, are you guys moving back to the lodge? Yes. People
I
who are
thought we
outside.
were.
I'm talking about the people in the power station. What are you guys doing?
I want to stim myself first of all.
Okay.
And can I take do a take a breath thing to try and recover some strain?
No, it's too cold where you're at. You can try it at the lodge next to the fire.
Okay.
Also,
Impact.
Gerald, did you have a comlink? Were you in comlink contact as you went out?
Say yes.
His mute's mic'd.
He says yes. Even though the muted mic is a bad sign for him using his comms.
Hey, I'm sorry. I keep on hearing drawl, and I think about the drawl, so I forget that that's my name. Anyway, what was your?
No,
I
I'm
had
the-
a comm link, and I was intending to bring that up, but then I was thrown by all the dice rolling, so I was gonna signal at the last minute my approximate location.
Okay. So he has signals an approximate location, so you guys know that you've got 2 allies that are now stuck and are no longer communicating out in the wilds.
How far are they from us?
They're probably half a mile, aka they're going to be 3 checks away from you.
3 checks of walking. How far on a hoverboard?
Oh gosh.
There's only one-
Oh no,
there's only
it's going to be
one
6
rider
checks
point.
of walking. But hoverboard, you can get to them. Let's say, actually, all right. I'm gonna let me think about this because you guys are actually in really big danger right now. I'm just telling you that, like,
I
death
know, I
from
wanna get
exposure.
to them
So
as quickly as possible because I can pilot that thing back.
okay, yeah. So okay, you can try to get there and pilot that thing back. So it's only going to be 3 navigation checks for you because you're on the hoverboard. But remember, you're going to have to also do the agility checks for each time.
Yes.
I just come back. What are we doing? Sorry.
Chim Chim's trying to save the 2 guys that are stuck in the snow.
Is
Voice.
there anything around us in this power station, like anything, hot oil I could rub on myself to insulate me from the cold? Just anything to help protect me from the cold? Any leftover rags or clothes or the dead people's clothes that I can bundle up
No,
with?
but you're in Balkan's suit, remember?
Yes. I know I'm in Vulcan's suit. I'm just trying to bundle up even more because
Oh no,
I only have 4 strain left until I pass out.
unfortunately you don't see anything else.
If R4 was to relay comms, can I scan for their exact location and try and decrease the travel time for Tim Tim to get there?
Let's say yes. You can do a hard computers check to pinpoint the location.
Yes.
He knows where we are.
Okay. You take 2 strain, but you do pinpoint their location.
Oh, R4 passes out. Well, R4 shuts down.
Did he give me the information first?
Yes,
or-
he still gave you the information. You know exactly where they are. So
Alright.
I'm going to take it down. So it's going to be just 2 checks to get to them on your hoverboard.
Okay.
R4 used the last of his battery power and hasn't charged up from the fusion lantern from overcharging the UV lights.
Actually, if you're at 10 out of 10, you're technically still up. You need to go over the threshold.
That's
Oh,
correct.
do you? Oh, right, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I am barely alive.
Okay, so
Very
2 survival checks and 2 agility checks from you, Chim Chim.
Okay. Here we
And
go.
for each check, assuming that you get there in 2 checks, you're going to need to do resilience checks too. Lots of checks here.
Okay, so what is the difficulty on the survival?
3.
Okay.
And I could give you guys. I'm not going to flip anything, so go for it.
Okay. Survival is 3 greens for me, and
So actually, no. Do your agility or your coordination checks first to make sure that you're still on your board.
okay, cool. And that is difficulty 3 because of the extra wins.
No, I'm pretty sure I said daunting, didn't I?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
4
These are really strong wins.
and that is that and that. Oh man, guys, are you okay with me using up some of these destiny points? I
Both
don't
of
want
them?
you to freeze to death out there.
I have no problem.
Okay.
Please
I'm gonna
save
use
me.
one-
I'm cold.
I'm gonna use 1 destiny point now. Here goes the first hoverboard check. Oh,
All right, you fall off the hoverboard, but the snow, you don't take the usual penalty. You just face plant into the snow, and so you need to do a resilience check. And meanwhile, Jeff and Torty both take 2 points of damage, wounds straight through soak.
what is the difficulty on the resilience check?
It's a hard resilience check.
Oh man. All right, I'm not gonna make this.
Looks like Balkan's not getting his clothes back.
That
All
could've
right,
been-
so you take 1 strain, and you can get an advantage on your next resilience check. So you can get back on the hoverboard and try again, but you're still 2 checks away.
Okay. Come on, hoverboard, don't fail me now.
Oh, by the way, Jeff and Torty, that was wrong. Just 1 point of damage to you guys.
All right, here goes the hoverboard check. Oh, come on.
So you face plant again. I'm going to say that the winds have died down just a little bit. It's going to be hard, daunting checks from here on out.
Wait, say that again?
The checks will no longer be daunting for your coordination checks to stay on the board.
Okay.
It'll just be hard.
Okay. So I need another resilience, right?
Yes. And Jeff and Torty take 1 point of damage as well.
I'm sorry, guys, I'm coming.
Maybe not.
Okay, no strain. Or no threat, I mean.
You do take a strain, though, from the failure.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you were cold. All right, so you got 2 checks. You need 2 successful checks to get there. Just roll 2 coordination checks just to speed this up.
Okay.
So it's just hard this time.
Okay, and I'm gonna destiny point for the first one. Just to try and make sure. Okay, there's 1.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, nice. So you do get there, but in traveling there, you need 2 resilience checks.
Alright, this is where I pass out, everybody.
Yeah, Jeff. It's done the opposite direction. Torty's right. So you count up.
All right.
Is it possible for me to use discipline instead of resilience?
With the cold, no. No.
Okay. Here goes the first one.
And actually, I'm going to flip a destiny point just to... We'll do it on the next one, just so you guys have some points back.
Okay. There's the first resilience check.
He goes down.
Okay, so we can alter this a little bit. You can take damage instead of strain if you'd like. You are going to take 1 strain, though.
All right. I'll take the 1 strain, and I'll take...
You're going to take 3 damage from the cold.
Ignoring
You're starting
soak?
to get frostbite. Through soak. It's cold
Okay.
that's just going right through.
That's fine.
All right, you need 1 more resilience check.
Oh, God, I hate resilience checks.
Oh boy, if they get back, Vulcan's going to be very busy.
All right, you take another strain and 3 points of damage. Everything through soak.
Okay. I'm still up, and I'm there, I hope.
Okay, so you're in the skiff. You get in the skiff. I'm going to give you a boost die because you've got warm body heat from 2 much larger people next to you. And now you're going to need 2 to get back. So
Okay.
we need 2 navigation checks.
Terry?
Oh, you know, we didn't even do survival checks. I'm not going to worry about it. You guys can actually see. Don't worry about the survival checks. You're close enough to see the safety lights from the security towers.
Okay, and then is this piloting planetary?
Oh, Jeff, that's the whole point. Threshold, you exceed your threshold. So that's how you take more, but that means that you're out.
Right. Okay.
And you count it all the way up to double your strain threshold, and then you don't have to count anymore.
All right.
Right.
Do they have a stim pack? Do either of them have a stim pack on them that I could steal?
My backpack has 9 stim packs.
I have quick draw. Would it be alright if I stimmed
Yeah,
myself
do it.
before I got
Yep.
underway?
Mhm.
Okay, so now I get to take 4 off instead of the 5. Okay, guys, I think we're gonna make it. Maybe.
Okay, so I need 2 resilience checks to get back. You don't have to worry about survival checks. You can see the lights.
Oh, okay. And I don't have to do the piloting planetary?
Don't... Yeah, I guess you would.
Stop making things harder for yourself.
I can do those. I can do those quickly. Are those still the piloting? Are those hard or are those a little easier?
Everything's hard. Let's just make this simple. Everything's hard. Just roll 2 checks and we'll just keep going.
Well, in this cold, not everything's hard. Here we go. Oh. Oh.
Okay, you're having difficulty. The 2 people that are unconscious take 1 point of damage for each failure. You're taking a while. You need 2 successful checks to get back, so keep rolling until you get successes.
Okay.
1 success,
2.
2 success. Okay. You are back to the station, and you're going to need to get these guys into the warm area. So I'm just going to assume that you call out.
Yeah, I call out. I can't carry them.
Put me in the fire.
I'll walk out and go pick up our friends and place them somewhere warm.
Okay, so as you do that, Jasper's going to look around, and he's going to like look at you guys and just basically be like, guys, like, get around so no one can see. So you're blocking sight from the rest of the group.
Huddle up.
All right, so Torty, you're healed 6 wounds and 6 strain.
Still down.
Okay.
Pull
And then
aside and let Vulcan take command.
6 wounds, and I'm doing this more for the strain. So
Yeah.
6 wounds and 6 strain for Jeff. And at this point, you guys have gotten attention of the Imperials that are like, why are they kind of like, these guys are getting closer to the fire, so Jasper can't do this anymore. So
Okay, then move up and let Vulcan do things conventionally.
All right.
Alright.
Save their lives. Cue the camp for the month.
Huh.
What's
Actually,
up?
what could medicine checks do in exchange for strain? Or is that just advantage from
It's
the...
just the advantage. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright, then I guess I'll go with Torty first.
Lots of advantage, please.
I'll try.
Oh!
No.
It had a 1 difficulty.
A lot of this rolled blank, I gotta be honest. Alright, and then I guess next up would be Jarrell. Actually, isn't that just a simple check? Because he has no damage.
Oh, if he has technically, you're not able to just directly heal strain. I'm not going to worry about it, so you can go ahead and
Well,
do a
actually,
medical
didn't
check.
he take damage? Because he's been passed out in the snow.
The force heal took care of it.
Yeah,
Oh.
so I'm giving it to you though, so just do it. That's
So
totally
would it
fine.
be simple or just with 1 difficulty?
I will say that it will be. Well, let's give it some difficulty because technically this shouldn't even be able to happen, but I'm giving it to you. So yeah, just one purple.
That's better.
All right,
oh my
cool.
gosh.
Yay.
Now he's up.
All right, but Torty, you're still down.
I have 3 wounds over my threshold.
Oh, someone pop him with the stim pack.
I don't think that helps strain though.
Oh, you're 3 strain. Okay.
Yeah, I meant strain. I'm sorry if I said wounds. I meant strain.
You did.
Okay. You tell me. Do you want Jasper to try to get you up?
Is
Wait,
there,
someone distract the Imperials first.
would I have any chance to roll cool here to recover strain? Or
You're next to the fire. I'm gonna make it actually. It's a resilience check for this specific case.
okay,
See if
but
you can recover
simple?
due to the warmth. Yeah.
Okay, so that won't get me all the way up, but it'll help.
I'm gonna move next. I'm gonna work on Chim Chim now.
Especially when I roll that. Well, no, I rolled advantage. Does that help?
No, not in this case. But
Okay.
just tell me. Do you want Jasper to try to get you 6 strain back?
I would, but I don't know what the Imperials are doing. I mean, if you guys, I totally want him to.
All right. Someone
I say
say
go for it.
yeah. Say something about distractions or whatnot. What are you gonna do?
Hey, why are you so interested in what the hell that guy's doing? This Ewok here is in dire need of help.
I'm drunk. I drank a half a bottle of whiskey as soon as I got to the fire, and I'm just curled up at it asleep right now. If you guys wanna medicine me, I'd appreciate it. But I'm out of it for the moment. That was horrifying, that whole experience.
And you're still tripping out. So you see dancing Twi'leks, bats, wampas. Like, actually, you see a wampa staring at you through the window.
Ooh, can I wave to him?
Sure. And he waves back, and his face is burned.
Probably freak out.
Meanwhile, I need you to do a
Wampa
coercion
wave.
check, a hard difficulty against the Imperials to make them look the other way.
Huh?
You can roll it again with 2 boost die.
Do you not see the Wampa in the window?
And a triumph. Okay. Yeah, and whoever said that was like, Ghost Wampa! And so everyone like turns, and Jasper
Oh
goes.
goddamn!
And unfortunately, it's too dark side. We're gonna say with the triumph, that's gonna let's just say that gives him another try before they look back, because even with conflict to heal strain, he cannot use dark side for that.
Oh, okay. Yes.
That one works. Okay, so you get 6 strain back. And 6 wounds.
I'm up and running, guys.
Okay, so as soon as that happens, you guys hear a crash from upstairs. It looks like something has burst through one of the windows. People start to scream. Avadri, meanwhile, has just come back from the kitchen and she has a machete. She is done crying. She wants to get some blood. And I need everyone to roll initiative checks.
Let's fuck this shit up.
I'm gonna, when I wake up, I'm gonna ask Jeff if he got the weapons or not, because I've been out since before he got there.
Oh, and I give Balkan back his clothes.
Yay!
Yeah, I did.
Well, I also get. Well, we also dried his clothes, so I guess both of us can get dressed now.
Yep. All right, so I'm not going to tell you how many NPCs are here just yet, but I'm just going to roll once for initiative. So everyone roll initiative, and I'll add mine.
R4 has a slight problem that he's not there, so
Where's
Did
R4?
my rifle?
Still at the power plant, as far as I'm aware. I haven't
yeah.
moved.
Well, you could have come with Rock when he came back. 'Cause
Yeah, we'll just say I carried him. He has more than enough brawn.
Yeah,
to
well, he
do
didn't
that.
power down.
Yeah, your power was still on. You just followed Rock. I just assumed that you
Don't
were
Oh,
with
I
me.
thought it was on.
Resilience check for that, no?
We're gonna say that because I said that the winds died down a little bit for Chim Chim, that happened at the same time for you guys. So you guys are gonna be able to get back. Unless you want this to be on hard mode, and I'll say yes.
Well, the problem is if it's on hard mode, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying in the power plant, and I'm gonna. I want R4 to concentrate on
Then it's easy mode, and he's back.
self repair.
And Vulcan can fix him.
Did anyone end up getting my rifle back for me?
Yes, all the way.
Yes. Okay, you guys have all your weapons, and put in your initiative checks, and I will roll my initiative. And I'm actually going to upgrade mine.
So is R4 back or not? You don't have to make the check.
It's up to R4. You can be back if you want.
Because
To
if
be
he's
honest,
back,
I'm
Vulcan
not
can
back
repair.
because realistically I would not need it back. That wasn't my intention anyway for R4 to make his way back.
Okay.
Okay, then have fun sitting this whole thing out.
And then Vulcan, did you get a chance to heal me or?
Yeah,
am
I that was the last check. So
Oh, okay. How much did it
healed
do?
7 wounds. I don't.
Oh, 7 wounds would be great.
And yeah, that was the one that made that triumph.
And then any strain or no?
No advantage though.
Okay. Well, as long as these things don't do stun to me, I should be okay.
Okay. So has everyone put in their initiative? It looks like yes.
No. Who are we missing? We're missing Vulcan.
Oh yeah, I keep looking at that. Never put it in. No. Yeah, there. That was.
Kitty, kitty.
Okay, the NPCs move first.
Oh, I tried, guys.
Those cats.
Who has the UV lights?
R4.
Okay, you guys don't have UV lights with you. However, Chim Chim can see them. They look like
Tripping balls.
little masses of dancing lights, and the Wampa outside is pointing to where they are. For Chim Chim, none of you, the rest of you guys do not see this.
So the Wampa's like the big friendly abominable snowman from that old Christmas claymation movie.
Right after he got his teeth
Big
pulled out.
friendly helper.
Yes.
So we know something's here though because of all the noise.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
And Chim
well,
Chim, I'll just say Chim Chim is giving you incidentals. Chim Chim sees 4 of them, like 4 masses of dancing lights.
Just shoot at the blood splatters that I'm about to create.
Well, I want to move over if it's because I know these are assassins and they're vulnerable. Well, their stealth is vulnerable to ultraviolet light. I want to move over to one of these lights, dim as they are, and see if I can't flip them over to a higher frequency.
I gotta say, physically speaking, if it's a filament or even a gas type bulb, you're not gonna be able to change the frequency.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Sorry.
That's based on the physical.
Okay, this is Star Wars, and we don't even know what makes the damn light.
Does
Okay.
anyone have any purple paper to put in front of the bulbs?
I'm gonna say yes with a daunting check. You're able to do so.
Which skill would it be? Mechanics, computers?
Mechanics, yeah.
I'm gonna whip out my toolkit and give me the right tools for the job.
I'm flipping a destiny point for it.
Fine, I'm flipping one too.
You know, when I do this, I'm not like trying to compete. I'm actually just trying to give you guys light side points. So
Lies.
There.
You want us to fail.
I'm gonna say that Balkan found one of. Well, you explained to me because most of these lamps you would not be able to do this, but maybe you found some lamp or something that you switched over? You explained to me how you did this.
I found emergency lights that are meant to change their appearance depending on the situation. Red for emergency, blue for a drill, and yellow for caution, there's something outside, and I flip it over to blue.
Oh.
Okay, so you've managed to turn the frequency on to UV light on this. So I'm going to say that at any one point, it's got a very focused cone. You can choose just 2 that will be dropped down to adversary 1, but 2 will be out of range. They're trying to surround you guys.
Fair enough. I pointed at the ones we're hopefully in front of.
Yeah, 2 of them are trying to get to Avadri. And, oh, wait. Sorry, I forgot. It's my go. Huh.
Yes.
Okay, so one of them is, I'm just going to do this cinematically because I know that we're a little late on time, but one of them is blocked by Barrett, and Barrett takes a slash across the chest from one of these things. Meanwhile, Jasper's like, no! And tries to get over to him. The third one, I need one of you guys to block Avadri, or block its path.
Rock will.
Okay, so it's going to attack Rock. Flipping a destiny point.
Stormtrooper.
Oh, I need to roll setback. 1 second. I'll just roll that separately. Okay, no effect. So you take 12 points of damage.
That means I take 6.
Okay, and now the other 2 move, and one of them sees Balkan with the UV light and is not happy about that, so it's going after Balkan.
Oh joy. And I don't have my armored clothing. Because
Alright,
it's
so
too fucking cold here.
11 damage and 1 critical. And I'll let you roll the critical. Oh, and actually, I forgot to do this before, but they have lethal blows too, so that's plus 20 to the crit roll.
Wait, so how much base damage?
You're taking base damage 11.
Oh, that's right up in my threshold. And that's with the duty. Okay, 27.
27. Sorry, I had it open.
And another one's going to go for Balkan unless someone steps into its path. I'll just give this as an out-of-turn incidental.
Discouraging wound. We have to flip a destiny point for that crit.
Alright. I'll flip it then. Okay, someone... I'm giving you guys an out-of-turn incidental to step in front of Balkan, or something's going to slash, or another one's going to slash him.
Man, I'll take him out, so we'll lose the light.
So, someone step up?
Yeah, Jor-El can...
Okay.
Is this close enough? Am I close enough to be in melee?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm giving it to you, so...
Yeah.
Everyone's
You're
crowded, you step up, and I'm upgrading. And so, here we go. Any defense I need to worry about?
I don't have any defense now.
Alright, you take 13 points of damage.
Alright.
Maybe we can also get the fucking Rangers to do something? Useless
And those
assholes.
lousy stormtroopers.
Oh, they're fighting. They're trying to protect Barrett right now. Barrett's actually, he was knocked down by that blow. He's bleeding all over the place.
Alright.
Imperial's finest.
I got this, guys.
Is it player turn yet?
Yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to be using a destiny point for this one, guys. I'm going to... How far am I from damage?
Everything's within short range.
Okay, and then the UV light's still on, so what's their adversary?
Adversary 1. 2 of them
Okay.
are adversary 1.
Okay, I'm going to shoot at one of them. I'm gonna try and explode him. So I'm gonna do auto fire. So
Oh, one thing I just want to interject. Takeda, you're still at the power station. I will let you see if you can try to overcharge the turbine to increase the power, because right now everything's dim light. So we can see if you can try to get enough power to turn the lights on fully.
Yes.
Difficulty, please.
Not yet. I'm going to let you do that after Chim Chims go, but I just wanted to put that in there so that you have something to do during this fight. Chim Chim, go.
Chill, man, I'm chill.
all right, so I'm flipping a destiny. Am I? So this is an important question. Am I still charged up from the shot from the dock or from Jasper?
No, that was a different encounter.
Damn. All right. I wish I had that. But here goes my shot anyway. So with the short range adversary and the auto fire increases the difficulty, I'm at 1 red, 1 purple.
And actually, Fjord the Ghost Wampa in your mind is helping you aim. I'll give you a boost die.
Awesome. Here goes. Man, if I blink this, I'm gonna be so mad. Come on.
Oh,
Sorry.
man.
So R4 is up. Try to turn the lights on.
Okay, hard difficulty or?
It's going to be a hard difficulty, yes, to overcharge it. Mechanics check.
Ta-da!
Okay, so you overcharge the only functioning turbine, and so more power is getting pumped through the station. One of the Devil Assassins does not have goggles on and starts to screech as the lights are too bright for it. And so it is effectively out of combat right now. Next up.
Shoot the goggles.
I'll take the next one if no one minds, because I'm engaged with one right now.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
I'm passing the boost with my advantage to him, and then I'm recovering some strain.
Okay, so they're only adversary ones, they're only upgraded once, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Alright, and Chim Chim's passing a boost to me?
Yep.
Okay. Why not? I'll use light side to upgrade this as well.
Great.
Just to try and really gut this thing. Here we go.
Boom.
All right, good job.
Alrighty. So I'm going to use the Triumph as a crit, and then I'm going to sunder this one's goggles as well.
Okay.
So here's my crit roll.
So tell me,
And it'll deal 8 damage.
okay, damage.
The target loses his free maneuver until the end of the encounter with that crit.
Awesome.
Good job. And you
There's no
sundered its goggles, right?
Yep.
Okay, it's shrieking from the bright light, but it still looks like it's got a lot of fight in it. Okay, next up.
Let's see. So 2 players have gone?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go ahead. I'll take a shot. I'm assuming I'm at short range.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to quick draw my pistol if it wasn't already out. I'm going to take 1 maneuver to aim. Or do I want to aim at the goggles?
Aim for the goggles.
Yeah, that'll be a setback die. Okay, I'm going to aim for the goggles on one of the 2 that doesn't have them yet.
Okay.
And then, are they their adversary 1 or one of them is?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. And then short range would be 1 red then with adversary 1?
Mhm.
Okay, so here we go.
Oh yeah.
I
Nice.
hit. So, 1, 2, that's 10 damage with the crit, and the goggles are off. The crit roll. 76. overpowered, the target leaves himself open, and the attacker may immediately attempt
Well
another
done.
attack.
Well done.
Using the exact same pool. So
Yep.
here we go again. Second attack, I missed.
Aw.
But the original was 10 damage.
Okay.
And then 2 advantage. I will recover 1 strain and pass a boost die to the next action.
All right, cool. We've got one more player up, I think, right?
Vulcan.
Yep. It was just me. So, are any of them still engaged with me?
I think
Yes.
I don't think has Joral gone.
Oh, Jaral is not gone. He's not gone yet.
Okay, so that explains what happened earlier. I would like to slash at this guy with my vibro sword.
Okay.
I think I might be having a connection issue. You guys, I'm not hearing you guys right now.
Oh, can you hear us now?
We
Yes.
can hear you.
Okay, yep, go ahead.
Cool. What's the difficulty?
It's 2 difficulty for engaged.
Oh, of course.
Oh, but they are. I'm gonna say yes. You're close to one that's close by Balkan, so it is only adversary 1. So it's 1 red, 1 purple.
Okay, well, I'll re-roll that then. Just
I'll
2
give you the
advantage.
success. It's fine.
Okay.
So how much damage?
It's +2 plus my, so 3, I guess.
No, it's also adds your brawn, doesn't it?
Yeah, what's your brawn?
My brawn is 3.
Okay,
Okay,
so
it's
your
6.
weapon adds 2, and then the success adds another 1.
All right, so 6 damage. Okay. So, and I'm going to say that he's actually hitting one that's already been cut into. So, boom. This one does not look very good. It's like clutching one of its arms that's bleeding pretty profusely from the vibro sword. And now we've got Balkan left.
Okay. And the damaged one was the one that was engaged with me.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna spend a maneuver to roll out, maybe even literally giving my shape. Anyway, I'm gonna back out of engage with it, and then I'm going to use my blaster. You want me to take the strain for that maneuver to take it out? I mean, well, yeah. You'll need to. Alright. So then I'm gonna spend. Geez,
I'm going to flip a destiny point to make it harder to hit.
Oh boy, that puts me at threshold. Would be. Alright, and then I'll spend the 2 strain to pull out my blaster. And I'll open fire. And that's a destiny point, which upgrades it, and it still has adversary 1.
Yes.
Okay. So that makes it that, I think.
Didn't someone pass a boost die?
I did actually.
And no one
Should've
took
gone.
it?
No,
Alright.
it should have gone to Jeff, but
Alright.
roll it.
Oh, wait. Ignore the despair. That's a leftover red, but that gave me an advantage and a success.
Right.
So that's.
So you hit.
Yeah, I hit with 1.
Okay.
So that'd be 6 stun damage because I only have the blaster I got from them.
Okay. Still, that's pretty good.
With the advantage, I need to spend 2 at least to get back strain because I'm gonna pass out soon if I keep it. But for that other one, I guess I'll pass a boost along.
Okay, that's everybody.
All right, so back up to the top. So, one that never had goggles entering this fight is done. It like screeches and begins to run. Barrett is like, "Don't let that one escape!" And so all of the snow troopers start to run after that one as it runs up the stairs. There's still 3 more that are like with you guys. So at this point, Barrett gets up and he's chasing after the other one too. He's a little bit behind the snow troopers because he was pretty heavily damaged. But yeah, so that's happening. One of them is still trying to get to Avandri. And but the one closest to Balkan, sorry Balkan, but they see that UV light, they want that thing off, so one of them is going for you.
Oh boy.
And I'm flipping a destiny point.
Oh.
Alright, so that's 12 points of damage.
And Balkan collapses.
Alright, so the UV light falls to the ground, and so now these guys are adversary 3, except for Chim Chim. They're only adversary 2. Alright, the next one goes after Jaral, and I'm going to flip a destiny point.
Someone loop me for a stim pack.
Alright, so that is now 11 points of damage, Jaral.
Okay.
And this one takes a strain. And we've got one third one, and this one is going to go after Chim Chim.
Is that the one that's engaged with Rock?
Oh, you're right. Thank you. It will not. It will stay engaged with Rock. And here we go. And 1 defense.
I'm going to spend 1 to... Okay, or not.
Yeah, you're going to have to tell me faster because I'm just trying to get these things moving.
I got you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so, but it misses, and it regains 1 strain. And PCs, you're up. You've got 3.
All right.
1 is being chased by the Imperial forces up the stairs, and 3 are with you.
All right, I'm shooting 1. I'm not going to try and do auto fire. And I'm going to... So do I still have the boost from my hallucinatory friend pointing them out?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right, then I'm also going to double aim. I'm killing this thing. Okay. I will take it. That deals 14, 17 damage. Oh, I forgot to roll a boost for the accurate. Let me just roll that. Okay. So, I rolled 4 instead of 1. But okay, so we'll say it blanked because 3 of them blanked. So that is 17 damage, pierce 1.
17 damage, pierce 1. Okay, so I'm going to type something to you, and I'm going to let you describe it, but I want you to add something in, so...
Okay.
Go for it, Balkan.
Is it plus 30 or plus 40 because they have lethal blows?
It would be 20, I think.
Yeah, but 20, and then he got me out, and then I also had another crit already done to me.
Well, he didn't crit you with his attack. The crit you're rolling is just for you passing out, so his lethal blows doesn't affect it.
So is it 20 then or 10?
It says plus 10 from your previous crit.
93.
At the brink, you suffer 1 strain every time you perform an action.
Okay. So, as I unleash that unholy shot to make up for all the other failures, all my anger and frustration in this one shot, it gets half of its... It gets a whole arm blown off and just starts gushing blood out of it. It dies. And as I shoot it, the window smashes open and Fjorn rushes in and tackles the Defil.
So everyone else, you see the window smash open from the storm. It's the force of the wind has literally shattered the window, and all you see is just snow just flying into this Defil assassin as it's being shot and torn apart. And actually, Chim Chim, I'm only going to ask you once. Do you say anything?
No, I'm probably still thinking I'm tripping balls.
Okay. All right, so that's what you guys see. Next up.
All right, I'll take the next one up, and I'm gonna gut this thing again. So it's adversaries 3 now.
Uh-huh.
So it's 2 red, 1 purple, right?
Right.
All right, I'm gonna spend a light side point and go for it. Ugh. So close and yet so far. So pass a boost along to the next person.
Okay. Question: would I be able to use quick draw to pick up that light Balkan had?
Sure.
Okay. So, but I would need to probably maneuver over to him.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna maneuver over there. I'm gonna use my quick draw to grab it off the light off the ground. So I'm gonna shine that on these guys. And then was he engaged with one of them?
Yes.
So that would make me engage with one of them, I assume.
Yes.
Let's see. Do I want to take the second maneuver to back away? Yeah, I'm going to take the second maneuver to back away again with the light and shoot at the one that was engaged with Balkan.
Okay.
So that would be... they're down to adversary 1 then? Because I have the light?
Yes.
Alright. Here we go. Oh, jeez.
You do hit though. Oh no, but it's engaged. Ooh, which one are you shooting at?
I was shooting at the one that was engaged with Balkan. Who's on the... He's
So
already...
you just shot me.
Balkan's down now. He's on the ground.
No, but he still shot me. Because that's what despair does when you're engaged.
Oh my goodness. You know what?
Already thanks. I'm glad to see that you did reciprocate the favor for friendly fire.
I'm going to let you two tell me what actually happens. I'll let you guys tell me. That doesn't have to happen because Balkan is small. He is slumped on the ground. So if you guys can come up with an alternative of what that happened with that engaged despair, I'll take it.
Well...
That's actually not a bad one.
That's not a bad one.
Quickly ruin us.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I'm holding the light, so maybe I still hit, and in my excitement, I drop the light, and it is
Shatters?
destroyed. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. We'll take that.
Okay, so it's
Save the fortune cookies for rice.
it's 9 damage to the Defil that was engaged with Balkan.
Okay.
And I'm actually, I forgot I have superior, so I have a free advantage. I'm going to use the second advantage to crit with that as well.
Okay, roll the crit and let me know what it does.
63. Slightly dazed, it's disoriented until the end of the encounter.
This thing does not look good at all. You got it good. Alright, next up.
So is Jural still engaged
Yes.
with either of these?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
He's gonna try and take another slash at him.
Okay.
So it's 1 purple, 1 red right now.
Oh, the light was broken, so it's actually 2 purples. Or I mean 2 red, rather. It's upgraded.
Okay.
No, sorry, wait. Let me do this right. They're adversary 3 because there's no UV light. So it is 2 reds, 1 purple.
Correct.
All right.
I just have an out-of-game question. Would these things be suffering any penalties for being in the bright light?
Yes, they need setback dice. Thank you. I'll make sure to add that next time.
So total of 7 success with 1 threat.
Okay. That was good though. 7. This one does not look very good at all either. There's still 3 with you guys though. One of them is with Rock. Did Rock go already?
Yeah.
Yeah, I already
Okay.
went. I missed.
Balkan's the only one left, but he's down.
My world.
Okay, so these guys are back up. You can hear the Imperials upstairs, and they're all shooting their blasters at the one that they've chased.
Missing horribly.
So they're fighting upstairs at the moment, and the 3 that are with you, they want Avadri. Actually, no, they've been sufficiently distracted. They just want to hurt you guys as much as possible. One of them goes after Torty,
Ha!
the one that Torty shot. Going to upgrade that once. All right, Torty, take 11 points of damage and roll a crit.
All right.
Roll a crit plus 20.
With my soak, though, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so my soak, I take 9,
And it's going to use that to reduce strain.
and then I take a crit. I roll. Oh, jeez.
So 87.
Compromised. Increase the difficulty of all skill checks until the end of the encounter by 1.
Okay. Next up, one of them goes after Jaral. It's going to upgrade, and here we go. This one does 13 points of damage.
Alright. Doral is dead, I guess.
No, you're past your wound threshold, which just means that you've fallen. So you need to roll a crit roll and apply that.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Jaral, how much soak do you have?
3.
3? Okay, so...
And you applied that, right?
Well, I mean, I currently have 10 wounds.
Yeah, so that'll put you at 20 wounds. You're 6 over your threshold.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so your crit roll... 75. You lose any free maneuvers until the end of the encounter.
Okay, so this thing screeches as it slashes at Jaral, and then the third one is going to go after Rock, and it's going to upgrade as well.
I'm going to upgrade its difficulty. to hit
Okay,
me.
I will actually redo that then. Alright, so its difficulty is upgraded. And do you want me just to apply that, or just re-roll completely? Obviously re-roll completely. Okay.
I would like you to re-roll it completely, because that will put Rock down hard.
Alright, so 12 points of damage, and can that thing crit? Yes, it uses its advantage to crit. So it's going to be crit plus 20.
Well, Rock is... Wait, you said 12 points?
Uh-huh.
I take 4. Yeah, I'm exactly at wound threshold.
So you're
Okay.
not down,
No, I'm not. Okay,
but you
awesome.
take a crit.
Alright, what's my crit?
Roll it.
And... Rolling crit.
Taylor, you can try.
8?
We have to flip a destiny point again.
Thank you.
I'll do it. Oh, okay. All right. So, who's up next? Oh, you know, Jasper hasn't gone. Who wants Jasper to give him healing?
Balkan.
Everyone?
Okay. Well, actually, no. He probably should do Jaral because he's a melee combatant. Yes.
Ah, good thinking.
Jaral is.
Okay. So, and the Imperials are not there. They've chased after the other one. So he's just going to do this openly, and hope that all the people are like too panicked to really notice. And so, here goes. He's going to but he's going to take the conflict. He's scared and he wants to heal, so he's going to take 1 conflict to convert that to healing power. So you're healed 6 wounds. No strain is healed though because he used Dart to do it.
You're at your threshold, Jaral. You're up.
Yep, you're back up. And anyone else left?
Well, it's a new order, right? Because they all just attacked us?
Yeah, we're back at the top.
Okay, so the guards finally. So they've been scared up to this point because I mean they're.
Or wait, I'm sorry. Is it at the players now? I got confused.
Oh, you tell me, GM assistant.
Yeah, it's PC now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's players' turns.
Okay.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right. I'm going to kill another.
You can definitely see. Well, actually, Fjorn is like standing in the room and he's pointing to the one that's most damaged. So, go for it.
All right. So, thank you for pointing that out, Fjorn. Adversary 2 because the light's broken, correct?
Yes, for you. For you only.
Okay. And then I am drunk still, so here we go. Ah, son of a bee. Okay, so I miss, but I'm going to use the advantage to run and jump onto Fjorn's back to ride him and point him to attack.
Okay, so as you jump, you pass through thin air and land on your rump, but I will say that you just take 1 point of damage through soak.
Okay. I was so hopeful.
So yeah, Fjorn just kind of like, it looks like he's laughing at you as you pass right through him. Next up.
I'll take the next one if nobody minds, and I will gut the one I'm currently engaged with.
Okay.
Um,
So they're just 2 up
I'll
now.
yeah, I'll flip a light side to up my attack and go for it. Come on. Oh, jeez.
All right, so the thing screeches at you as it weaves away from your shot, and its claws are ready. I mean, it wants to take you down.
Oh.
And next up,
Is it ice?
Hold on. I'll pass a boost die on along to the next person.
Okay. Let's see. Well, I'm gonna take this chance to take a shot then.
okay, which one? Not the one that
Yeah.
you shot at last time, right?
No. What? There's 2 left. You said.
Yes.
What are their positions?
One of them is standing over Balkan, and one of them is standing by Rock.
Okay. So. Either one is risky. You know what? I'm gonna go for the one over Balkan again.
Okay. Remember to upgrade. So it is Adversary 3
Okay.
plus an upgrade.
Okay. So 1, 2.
I think it's going to be 3 red.
Let's see. It's normally a purple because it's short range, so that would make it.
Red, purple, turn that to a red, and then another purple. So 2 red, 1 purple.
That would be.
That's Adversary 3, but he's upgrading because...
so
it's 3 red.
So it's 3 red. Okay.
I guess I should be writing my epitaph in my head right now.
Yeah. I'm going to use a destiny point. I'm also going to aim twice, taking the strain.
Okay.
And here we go. Oh. All right, so I miss. Let's see. 4 advantage. I'm gonna pass a boost and then recover strain because that 2 I took put me at my threshold.
Okay. All right. Who's up next?
Jarell, I think, would be. I think he's the only one left because Balkan's down.
Okay.
Sure. Okay. So I can't take any free maneuvers, and I don't have any. I have 2 strain left before 3 before I pass out. Am I?
You can take it to get into range. There's one that is definitely more damaged than the other.
Okay. I will get into range. I'll take the 2 strain and go for the one that seems to be more damaged if I know.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It's Adversary 3. So it's going to be
2 red and a purple.
2 reds and a purple. Yes.
Cool. Any boost die floating around?
Oh, I don't know.
I heard someone.
I did give a boost. Yes, I did.
Jeff, did you give a boost as well?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so yeah,
forgot to use it. So yeah, I'll get 2.
2 boost.
Okay. I'll take it.
Oh, come on.
Too bad.
Okay. Is it back up to their turn now?
Yes, it would.
Okay, so there are just 2 left here, but now you guys have cohorts helping you. The security guards have finally got their shit together, and they start to fire on these things. So I'm just going to say that they're giving you, once it gets back to your turn, 2 boost dice, and they will add 2 damage to whatever you do. We're just explaining this cinematically as like them getting pot shots to help you out. But in the meantime, these things are going to strike back. So the one that it's going to upgrade, and it's going to go after Rock.
Yep.
12 points of damage.
And I'm down.
Okay. So this thing, I mean, these claws, I mean, these things are strong. It just like rips across your chassis and like knocks you down. So you need to do a critical check.
Okay.
And you took a critical before, correct?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
So that's...
Stinger, your next check difficulty is increased by 1.
The next one is going to try to decide, it can't decide between Giral or Torty. So Giral and Torty, roll percentage dice. High is bad.
Sorry, Gerald.
All wins.
Okay, so it's going to upgrade its check, and it slashes at Giral. That's going to be 11 points of damage.
I'll roll another percentile, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be... oh, shit. And did you already have a crit?
Yes.
That's 103.
Yeah, so... Maimed.
Oh, man.
You're gonna lose a limb.
Cool.
I'll let you decide which limb it takes.
My left arm.
Okay. And just for the record, I hate maimed. I really do. I'm sorry. But there's been a big discussion where people really didn't want me to hold back on some of these things, so I'm playing it just raw with these guys.
It's better than gruesome
Need to
injury.
get one first.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find a SWRP cybernetics, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
At least you can get your limb back.
This thing screeches and literally claws into your arm and rips it off. And these things, I mean, they are not joking around. So they've gone. It's you guys up. They're both really damaged, but it looks like they're just so enraged that they're not fleeing. And you can still hear the Imperials shooting upstairs.
Okay. I got it this time, guys, I promise.
Help us, Chim Chim.
Avenge me, Chim Chim.
And you've got
Avenge
Fjorn's
me.
boost.
What's up?
Avenge me.
Oh, I
You
will.
have a boost too.
Oh, another boost?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm gonna flip a destiny point. This dies now.
Still,
Wow.
Can I
Yes, he's
flip a
moving
destiny
up.
point to say I used auto fire?
it's just my lock. I just finished wrapping up.
Okay, the problem is that you would have needed to roll.
Upgrade the check, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it this way. Roll or flip the destiny point and then roll just separately one extra die. One extra purple. Make sure you clear your pool though, so it's just the purple.
Clearing,
Okay.
rolling.
Oh, well, there goes the advantage.
Well, but he can still use the triumphs for it.
Well,
So
that would be 18 damage with 1 pierce 3 times, targeting both of them. So one would get hit twice, one would get hit once.
okay, you get to describe it. You take them both out.
After realizing that Bjorn wasn't really there, my little Ewok heart is broken because I like fuzzy things. And I see these things chopping down my comrades. I'm frozen, I'm cold, I'm tired, I'm drunk, I'm angry, and I just unleash hell. 3 of the loudest shots ring out, and these things just obliterate. There's just blood smears on everyone in the room. It just explodes. You're all covered in their blood.
Oh,
Sorry.
and the guards were shooting too, so it was 20 points. I mean, the guards are shouting and yelling. You're doing a little Ewok, la, 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 or whatever, you know. And yep, you did it. Well done, guys. Combat is over. You hear the combat ending upstairs too, and you see Barrett dragging one of these things with him. Or no, actually, wait. No, that does not happen. Sorry. My bad. I forgot my notes. Barrett comes down and he's like, the one that we chased, it escaped.
Of course it did.
But, you know, he looks over and he sees Avadri and is relieved. And it's just like, oh my gosh. And so she is there with her machete and she just starts to cut into one of them. Like, she's just taking out all of her
My
rage.
specimen!
And no, you'll still have a specimen left, don't worry. And so she's going crazy. Ulf is just like in the background, like still freaked out by everything. And yeah, so good job, guys.
All right, I'm gonna go around and stim everyone who's down.
I need a drink.
So everybody who's down recovers 5, unless you've taken a stim before.
You can't quite stim me, but I do have armor
that's
patches, and if
I can repair rock once I'm up.
okay. So then I'll stim Balkan and Joral.
Okay. So while you're doing that, Jasper is over with the Imperial contingent, and he is tending to Barrett's wounds. And let's see.
So in the meantime, R4 busts in and quizzically goes, looks around this room that's been torn apart,
How'd you do
blood
that?
scattered everywhere, and sort of bleeps in binary. What's going on, guys?
I just usher him over here to help me repair rock. I'm honestly not in the mood. I need extra arms.
All right. So while you guys are doing that,
Oh.
all right. So Ms. Auroras thanks you guys profusely. I mean, she is she's still quite composed for what she has just seen, but you can tell it has not been a good day for anybody. Avadri and Ulf, thank you guys. And Avadri goes over and hands, I'm going to say Chim Chim. She was really taken with you. She saw you take out these terrible assassins. She hands you a note and says, please hand this to any clerk at the Bank of Winterdome. And so you've got that. You guys have pretty much finished. What do you guys want to say to Avadri, to, like, you know, we're pretty much wrapped up, but...
I want to give her a hug.
Nice. Okay. That was very sweet. So she's crying because, you know, I mean, her father died, but she's a strong woman, and, you know, yeah.
Alrighty, I really have like nothing else to say on this.
Can I give her my contact information for if she ever needs help again, if she's ever in danger?
Absolutely.
That was smitten with her as well.
Okay.
Well, that's what I was asking. Do any of the droids have repair patches I can slap on rock?
Oh, I have repair patches.
Okay, then say I took one from you and then used it on you, and that
Okay.
to finish up my repair. Because I gave you 2 and then 4 strain, I guess, but I wasn't able to get you up.
Alright. So 2 wounds, then so that's 5. So that'll put me at 17. Now I'll take a repair patch out of my inventory. Thank you.
So meanwhile, Avadri chops off the head of one of these things, and she's keeping it as a trophy. The rest of the bodies she leaves to you guys. And the Howler seems to have dissipated, and you hear starships flying in. So the Corfinian security forces have actually, well, yeah, they braved the tail end of the storm, and now they are there. So you guys can actually get a free trip to Winterdome.
Great, I need their help carrying these corpses, too.
Oh, and so Avadri also directs the guards that are there to help you. And she says, you know, it's too bad that they're dead, because I would have wanted you to vivisect them alive for what they've done.
Me too, but we can't all have what we want, so I guess this will do.
All right, so...
Can I swing by the cafeteria on the way out and just snag myself an extra bottle of whiskey?
Oh, she will actually give you a crate. And so will Ms. Auroras. Ms. Auroras will grab one of them, and she will start downing a bunch of liquor, too. She will drink right along with you, Chim Chim. She's like, hell yeah.
Awesome.
What a day. Okay, so...
Whose ass did she pat? You want to try to hit on her real quick?
No, that was the customs official that Jaral was flirting with back at Ranger Station Alpha. She died. She was... Yeah, her body was there when he got there.
Sorry, Jaral.
Unfortunately.
If he was conscious, he'd feel sorry too.
Yeah, he's still down, actually.
Oh, then he doesn't know. Okay, good. We won't tell him. No.
I'd like to remark to
Well, he is the one.
Audrey on her taking the head of one of these things. I'll just give her a respectful nod and say, I guess there are say to myself there are some organics that actually have some respectful qualities.
Okay.
Before removing a head myself and, like, you know, holding it up for her.
Got it. All right, so you guys have a free trip to Winterdome. You're still on vacation, technically. And I assume that you go to the Bank of Winterdome, yes?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so... oh, I forgot to flip the... here. Now you are in Winterdome.
Hey.
All right, so Oh, before you leave though, Barrett Travick waves you all farewell, and he thanks Jasper in particular for the wounds, and gives him a wink. And Jasper starts to blush and rushes over to you guys, and you guys head for Winterdome. You get to Winterdome, Bank of Winterdome, and the bank clerk takes the message, and his eyes just shoot up, and he's like, "This is from Avadri Norse?"
Yes, that is correct.
And so he starts counting, like you see him at his desk, and hands you back credit voucher for 2,000 credits each.
Awesome.
And at the same time, he says, "Well, you have earned the goodwill of one of Corfai's richest families. Good sirs, I think you'll be interested in the live HoloNet broadcast that's happening right now." So he flips a switch, and you see a hologram of Avadri Norse at a press conference. So she looks quite sad, but still composed, and she says, "My father, his loyalty to the Empire was well known, and was the target of a rebel assassination plot. Though the criminals murdered my father, Imperial officers and their allies prevented far more deaths. On behalf of all the proud sons and daughters of Corfai, I thank the Empire for their service, and I pledge my fervent service in return. As we say on Corfai, as loyal as Fjorn." Avadri announces to cheers and claps in the background. The feed then cuts to 2 Imperial reporters, 1 male, 1 female. Sources state that Barrett Travick, the actor behind the role of Captain Compnor, was at the scene and was instrumental in thwarting the assassins. He has not been available for comment, the male reporter remarks. The female reporter pipes in, "Modesty has always been his strong point." Then she grins and says, "Training on his own stunts must have paid off this weekend." "Indeed," the male reporter says. "I hear that his writers have already gained permission from the Norse family to adapt what happened for an episode of Captain Compnor for next season." "Really? Well, I'm sure I'm not alone when I say I can't wait." Mission over.
So when
Cool.
the rebels finally get around to building their Death Star, I think I know a good test subject.
All right, so now we get to XP, and I'll do that before I cut the broadcast. So we've talked about XP. I have lowered the base XP a little bit, but instead what I've done is mission objectives play a much bigger part. So it's 15 base XP, but Torty, if you can mark this down for me. You
Sure.
guys get +1 XP for successfully getting weapons from Depot C. So well done. That was really scary there. I mean, honestly, guys, I was going to play it as it went. You guys could have died from the cold. Next, you guys correctly identified Edric Norse's killer as a Defil assassin. So you get +1 XP for that. +1 for the party restoring power to the resort. You did not get +2 for mentioning or calling out Fjorn's name in the final fight. That's what I was trying to get you to do, Chim Chim, but I didn't want to give too many hints. So, but that's what I was trying.
I like how the rest of the party just saw me jump up into the air and fall on my ass for no reason.
The rest of us were being eviscerated by assassins. We didn't have time to notice.
Yeah. And you guys also missed the +2 for successfully finding the tracer that Captain Compnor left in your PC's luggage when he went to chase the one upstairs. Instead of fighting, all those blasts were just covering up the noise as he went into your rooms and placed a tracer. He has now gained a tracer that he will try to find the broker's safe house on Coronet when you guys return.
I swear I'm going to kill that guy.
I'm telling you guys have faced Captain Compnor before, and what he did last time was he put a tracer.
We didn't necessarily kind of trying to recover from being fucking torn apart.
I'm going to kill him so hard.
So, yeah, and that's why I didn't want to give you guys any hints, but that's what he did when he chased after the one upstairs, and that's why he let it go and just used the covering fire to make it look like they were fighting upstairs while going through your luggage. All right, so I will give you guys +1 for miscellaneous group RP if you can give me something that you as a group did that deserves that.
Building that big ass fire.
Yes.
2 of them
Well done.
freezing to death.
I'll just do it once though. So for all of those together, you guys are going to get +1 miscellaneous group RP. And then I will also let you guys nominate +1 individual RP for just one player who will get this.
I want to say maybe Chim Chim for tripping balls.
I want to say Chim Chim as well for getting in the good graces of if Audrey and the whatever family they are.
Yep, the Norse family.
The Norse family.
If I can for you guys, I want to describe part of what I saw while I was tripping out, because this is important for my obligation. I just didn't really have a place to wedge it in while we were doing all the fighting and whatnot.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it seems like it would be perfect for the either as we're leaving the planet or when I'm still tripping balls on these things. As we're leaving the planet, do we see the Star Destroyer that Captain Compnor came in on?
He actually came in on a Lambda-class shuttle.
Damn.
But you know what? I mean, for you, we'll say that yes.
Okay,
You see a Star
so
Destroyer in orbit.
You hallucinated them.
as we're flying away from it and I'm looking at it out the window, it kind of, my vision is able to zoom in and see through the walls on this thing. And what I see aren't Imperial workers working on it. It's a bunch of raggedy-looking mix of all different races. And as I get towards looking at the helm and cockpit area, the main like pilot captain area, I see myself with an eye patch and a large staff, and I'm standing there, or I'm sitting there in the captain's chair, and I realize it's my ship, and that these are my pirates. So Chim Chim has gained kind of a goal for his life.
All right.
Just
So
excellent.
we'll say that you are still tripping out, but that is what you see. Okay, adventure is up. I'm going to cut the broadcast here. I hope you guys had a fun time. I hope that the crawl text was a big surprise for you guys. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
definitely.
All right. Cool. Yeah. So thanks for watching Shadow the Broker 9, Captain Compnor, Cold Comfort.